Welcome, everybody. I know it's been a while, but we are back with the Meatheads podcast.
Moves done. Fuck up the Nero. I got a Snyder extended clip, so who wanna play hero? Go bad shit like Ozzy. I was born in the darkness. Oh, you the wolf, so we pull up and you're harmless. So pray to
Burberry scars, shrimp and Perry on. Living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports car.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended.
How's everybody's father feeling today?
Go fuck yourself.
Oh, what do you guys want to talk about?
Go fuck yourself.
Welcome to a new time. Welcome to a new era.
Shit's about to hit the fan.
That is right, folks. Shit's about to hit the fan, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome everyone to Circle to Make Just in Time for a Wrestling Podcast. New season and new it all. As you can see, new layouts right here. You see, now you got the cams like in the corner for Pepsi Phil right there. And of course, you have the logo right here. You have the champs logo right there in the bottom right corner. That's right. But welcome everyone. Because there's a lot to talk about. This is the host, Stevie's Wild I've with my two other hosts right here. What's that about, folks? That's right. I played it all right here. Because these two, man, are the incredible ones here, the phenomenal ones right here. Because we've been debating since Tuesday. Well, mainly Monday and Tuesday, the whole week on the chat. And we're going to debate it out for you guys here live. We're going to introduce, he is the champ, the undisputed, the undefeated. He is the unmatched. He is the predictable, that one gets it all down 100%. There's no minus that. There's 100 and more. Because this man will tell you that it's game over when it comes to the prediction any shows. So make sure you don't want to challenge the champion here, right?
Because I'm not just the coolest. And I'm not just the best.
The Redeemer is back.
He is the Redeemer. That's right.
That is right, ladies, gentlemen, and fellow debaters of all. It is your reigning and defending, undisputed predictions champion, the Redeemer, back on Circle of Debate. And you always know what that means. It is game over.
That's right. It is a game over with this man. I'll tell you that. But you know what? It's also game over because make sure, folks, because this man will fight for you because attorney at law for the network here, and he's our attorney at law. He is the host of attorney at law, and we saw him on yesterday on Dynamite. His twin brother, we could say. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, he is the attorney at law, Pepsi Phil Esquire. Make sure, folks, in case, like I said before, you're stuck taking a shit and you can't get out of the toilet, or let's say that you can't get the predictions right because the champion, keeps defeating you. It's time to hit up our attorney at law at 1-900-Mussolini. Make sure you hit him up because this man will fight for you for $3.99 consultation fee. Make sure you do it right, folks. Ain't that right, Justin?
Oh, also, don't forget that you also get a free can of Pepsi. PepsiFill and Pepsi are not responsible if you see the wrong can of Pepsi. PepsiFill and Pepsi are not mind readers, so they cannot predict what kind of can that you would like. Circle of Debate, Top Rope Wrestling Talk, and the End Time Wrestling Podcast are responsible for this ad.
That's right, folks. That's right.
But I got to tell you right now, I am no longer taking new clients because I will currently be defending the Wyatt Six from the murder charges that they will be facing after recent events on Raw, which allegedly occurred under their watch.
I can't wait to see how this trial goes down.
Allegedly.
That's right. Mussolini and Kennedy.
He's the fill of fucking Pepsi, and also a law.
That's right. Also a law. Pepsi fucking fill.
Like I said, Chad Gable was allegedly attacked by 4 entities.
4 entities. Not even.
He was allegedly shot in the head, it looked like.
I mean, they killed Gunther too. I mean, Gunther.
Oh my God, they killed Gable. You bastards.
You bastards. Oh man, there is a lot of things to get into today, folks. There is a lot, but we're gonna do it reverse because I want to save the best for last for what happened on Monday. So we're gonna do the reverse here because we want to just get out of the way and talk about it and what we saw because we're now 1 week ahead. 1 week away, for coming up on next Sunday, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday for Forbidden Door. So let's get into Dynamite. Let's just do it.
It's time! It's time! It's Dynamite!
That's right. Dynamite. That happened 24 hours ago, folks. We're going to get into it. I know everybody's like, why? No, we just want to get it out of the way now.
I'm just going right for the gusto.
We're going to get this out of the way. But man, what a great show! I could, just now talking on air before you came on, Phil. That it was actually a great show. Really enjoyed everything. When the stories that are being told, and I said last week, if they build this fucking Will Ospreay and Swerve story, let them do it themselves. Oh my God, that fucking promo got me hot. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Just that promo right there. You want to take it personal, bro? Like, oh, bro, like, oh my God, it was.
He put Alex Windsor in his mouth. I'm like,
I know, dude. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Shout out to Nick Audience from the Ring Fanatic.
What's up, Nick? What's up, brother?
What up, Nick?
Can I just say, and I see the funny part is that was like I watched that night. I was trying to figure what the peak moment of that one was. Honestly, for me, it was MJF Roosh.
Oh
God, what a match!
Right?
That was, in my opinion, it was not match of the night, but it was the smartest match of that night.
I agree.
Because it wasn't because I was worried that they were going to bury Roosh. Or they work it feels like they're doing some stuff with Roosh. They're moving him up the ladder. MJF is smart enough to know that I've been off the shelf for a while. I can't just crush somebody as soon as I came back. Roosh looks great. He was straight up villain mode. They look like they're building something with him and Don Callis. We're gonna let that one go. But honestly, the way MJF worked that match, the way Roosh carried that match for most of it with all the action being the heel was amazing. I mean, it was so good that even Roosh tapped him on the head and congratulate MJF on the match. That's how good the match was. And honestly, it's barely a second to see if you're not looking for it, but I just happened to see it by happenstance. But honestly, it was probably the best story of that night for me. Which is saying because honestly, that entire night, every single thing on there was a story that was told really well.
I agree with that because that was the opening matchup too, and I was glad that was the opening matchup, and just seeing, MJF struggle here. I actually love it. I actually am impressed. I am really impressed, man. and pile drivers, and I was just like, fuck, man. And then
Mhm.
Rouge stopped, and I was like, fucking, all right, I love it. All right,
Mhm.
I love it. Oh man, I love that one. But and then the other thing also too that I liked, I liked that Anna Jay. I hope she's part of the Outcast. I wouldn't mind her being part of that with Saraya. They need to do something with her, and you know, with Cameron Haley. I don't mind her being part of that. I was really so shocked. I was like, what? Wait a minute. She's part of this, faction now? Okay. I like it. I don't mind it. Because she's not really doing anything with her. Like, what is she doing? I'd rather have her do something here with Saraya and, Cameron Haley. Why not? And then now they already announced that the following Wednesday is going to be a six-woman tag match.
Mm-hmm.
Silkawa and Toni Storm and Mariah May versus Cameron Haley, Saraya, and Anna Jay. Why not? So if this is the way to really put Anna Jay into this faction, why not? She deserves to have something. And I feel that if Saraya would do very tremendously great with her as a manager, like her being, I think so. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel the same. You guys feel the same or different, but I think it'll work out in that one. So I like that one. That impressed me. So that one I was like, okay, this is hell yeah, I love this.
I'm gonna let Justin take this one.
Yeah,
I'm actually like very interested, like that she's added to that. Like when I saw her go out there, I'm like, okay, well, kind of an interesting like little addition here, but it feels like she fits with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give her that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what this is for me? We talked about this when Mercedes Moné showed up, that they need to start doing something with the women's division.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I was worried that the entire women's division storyline will revolve around Mercedes Moné. Not that she doesn't deserve it, but honestly, I didn't want that to be the singular source for all of their women's stories. What I'm seeing with Tony right now is that he actually is listening to people. And I think he's recognizing that TNA, NXT women's division, and WWE's women's division are all major storylines. So Marcus, that they recognize that he needs to start doing something with it. And honestly, like you said, Anna Jay coming out was a surprise to me too. Because let's face it, it's not like they cross paths ever.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact they put her in that mix is nice because you like even if it's just they do a 3-man tag and then Forbidden Door happens, there's still plenty of story for all 6 of those women. I don't know if Mina Shirakawa is obviously going to be here for like just the Forbidden Door, but this is a far cry from last year where they had the one women's match they had for Forbidden Door. It was a throwaway match. Like it was Toni Storm, and I can't remember who she was wrestling. So
What's good, Just?
What's going on? Right.
I am genuinely excited about this one. This was a whole lot of fun to watch. That segment was some of the most unhinged things I have ever seen. Honestly, that segment between Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa was honestly both sides. That was great. That was not one side carrying the other. Those two are insane. Literally, I do not envy Mariah May right now having to choose.
I love it. Like it is so enjoyable, and I love how simple the whole thing was.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just have them come out there. Mariah goes, "Listen, no matter what happens between here, I love you both," and it's just like. I love this. It's so good. And then it's just having Mina come out there and go, you were a legend in Stardom. You were a star here, but now you've gotten soft as a champ. And I'm like, whoa.
I mean, in the end, Paul Heyman's right. Wrestling is not the most complicated storytelling. It's basically just the old West. It's like basically just the Wild West, every storyline. Mm-hmm. A gunfighter comes to town, sees another gunfighter, and they fight. Like it's not the most complicated storylines. It's basically how you tell it. And honestly, granted, this is strange. I don't care what anybody says. As cool as it is, this is strange. This is
it is. That's for sure.
It's not bad, but it's definitely not bad. But I'm sitting there just going, oh, okay. I mean, I'm apparently it's a Mariah May pole match that we are not unaware of on the I'm fighting. I'm taking your title and my girl. I'm like, how did we get here?
Tony's gonna like all of a sudden just call up Russo and be like, should I do it? And he'll just be like, listen, bro, let me tell you something, bro. I'll be like, all right, listen.
Oh man! Shout out to the Double J World Elite World.
Yo, what's up? Also,
the best Double J, right there,
and the future, Tom.
Can we also talk about that 8-man tag? Because this is the second week they have had an 8-man tag match that was both bizarre and amazing.
Yeah,
and Mr. Briscoe, because that's his name right now. Mr. Briscoe.
I love his promos, by the way.
Amazing
I
work.
love his promos.
Literally, some of the best work he's done since ROH in the mid 2000s.
Like I said it last week. Just let him do it. Just let him freaking talk. Just let him ramble, and I believe it every time. He just stands there. All he's doing is just literally go, "Let me take something." Like, yep, I understand you.
Kyle O'Reilly was right. I will follow that man anywhere.
I love that. I love that.
Like the word of the day is vengeance. The word of the day is redemption. You get two words.
You got 2 words.
The words of the day is redneck kung fu.
So, but he looks like he's having a really good time, and I like the fact that it's not just let Mark Briscoe cook. It's like they're trying to incorporate everybody else into the storyline, and him. Literally Mark Briscoe, and I don't think people understand how great it'll never happen, obviously, but a tag team with Mark Briscoe and Orange Cassidy would be amazing.
My god, that is brilliant.
It would. I mean, obviously, because Mark won't ever do another tag team, but giving him 6-man is 6 to 8 man is just as great, because Orange Cassidy is sitting there just going, okay.
I'm gonna tell you this: if we catch Mark Briscoe, just get the glasses from Orange Cassidy. He puts the glasses on him. He does the whole thing like this just to go. I would die. I would die.
Oh, me too. Oh my God.
Yeah, but and honestly, now can we talk about that swerve? Like, I want to go back to the Swerve Ospreay, man. That, and I know we already talked about it, but good God Almighty. Keep in mind that basically this storyline was built up in in less than a month. It took them 3 weeks to do this. The irony behind all of this is
Remember what I said last week.
The irony behind this is that I'm looking at this and laughing because 2 weeks ago, Ospreay was on Swerve's podcast chilling with him.
So funny.
Yeah.
How ironic that is.
They are literally, and the thing is, they're playing a contest to see who's going to start cussing first. So
he's going to make Ospreay drop the C, and it's going to be like, whoa.
It wasn't that hard, man. It took like half a minute.
Oh, it's going to happen, like even more.
But the interesting thing about him is that honestly, it's fun. When Prince Nana got to be the voice of reason, there's going to be a problem. I am the other issue. That it's not bothering me, but it's like something I realized. They're making the Swerve the heel in this match.
Oh, easily.
So, Swerve can do it, obviously. Like, we've seen Swerve do it. So, I was kind of hoping they wouldn't go that route because I was like, I'm okay. Will Ospreay's a heel because I think people underestimate Ospreay's a petty dude. He could do heel really well. So. But in this case, I'm fine with it. I don't want either one of them to lose because it's not a belt for belt, obviously. But I still want them. I want someone to save face and find some way for them to not lose, especially since I'm predicting that they're going to be on the same team at Blood and Guts.
That's a dope idea, though.
What's going on? Hi, the guy that can't wait for Burning Door coming up next Sunday, night after church service online. Absolutely, man.
Yep. Can we just talk about how this has now given us 2 of the best lines ever? Like how Swerve last week talks about kill shot, and this man this week tells him, well, you had a hit row, I had a hit list. that
Oh
fucking
my
popped
god.
the shit out of me.
Well, it was. I had a hit list, and I haven't missed.
I loved it.
That was the
phenomenal.
Line. That was the line. I'm going. Good God, good Lord. Only people who hung out with each other know that line.
Phenomenal.
So it was, like I said, like you said, and even the Chris Statlander, the Nyla Rose match was actually pretty good.
It was awesome. It was cool to see Nyla work in the face.
Yeah, right.
Very interesting because like every time we've seen her, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was so weird to just see it because all the times we've ever seen Nyla, she's been a heel.
Yeah,
and then it's just like now she's got the tables turned, and it's like, whoa, this is kind of cool, actually.
Well, the thing about Nyla is that, and I've always thought she was a better face than she was a heel, even though that she is a great heel. She was actually, if you even hang out on her social media, you know for a fact she'd be a great face. Just follow her, like she's great. Seeing her against Statlander, I was like, man, y'all need to play with this some more.
Yes,
y'all need to play a little bit with this some more, at the very least. So. And I don't know how they did it, and we're gonna roll back to the 8-man tag. I don't know how they did it, but I'm more excited for the Zack Sabre Jr. Orange Cassidy match than I was when it was first announced. Literally, I was excited for it, but I was like, y'all ain't really do anything to kind of make this happen or build it. I don't know if I should be that excited. Literally, one match, I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be a mess. This is gonna be a whole mess.
It's like the one year where they did the Osprey one with the whole build up with that, and how we were just like, we don't care. It's Osprey and Orange Cassidy about to go at it. But right now, we're about to get Zack Sabre Jr. and Orange Cassidy going at it. I don't care if you give me a story. I don't care if you just hyped it up and just said they're facing each other and they didn't interact until the show. You know what? I'm pumped to see the damn thing because I want to see that interaction, how that's going to be. Zack's freaking submission seriousness with freaking Orange's just like, hey, how you doing? Here's a high five. Like, what the?
See, I was the same way, but the thing that gets me is they put a small story behind it. Because if you'll notice during the 8-man tag, they barely interacted with each other.
They interacted like maybe twice.
Yeah, exactly. So
they kept it sparingly, which is good.
Yeah, they literally like spent time just building anticipation of it with those two interactions, but for the most part, they just bounced around each other and got you really excited for the match, which again, really smart move on their part. I'm like genuinely excited about that one.
Yes.
The only one I'm sad about is and honestly, it's not the only reason I'm sad is because we don't get to see him some more. It's the Pac Claudio match. Because dear God in heaven, that was amazing. And I'm looking at it going, we only gonna get that once? The fuck?
I mean, I saw their Ring of Honor match for the world title, fucking phenomenal. And then they just go out there and do it all over again. Yeah. It was fantastic.
So yeah, it wasn't a bad match. I was just like, because it's a tournament, we won't see it again. That's the problem I'm having. Like, so
we still have a chance. I think we still have a chance at some point down the road.
Maybe. So, but it was weird because he won on a crucifix roll up.
I like how they got to that point, though. How they just exchanged pinfalls over and over and over. And I was like, this is where it's going to happen. Someone's going to get somebody by surprise. And then, boom, Pac caught him. And I'm like, that's great.
So, break it down just more. Anything else you want to bring this up on Dynamite that you enjoy?
Can we give heel Okada his fucking flowers?
All
heel
right.
Okada is phenomenal.
I got you. Guess what I have?
I fucking love heel Okada right now.
Yeah, I gotta say, honestly, it wasn't that I wasn't sure what he was gonna do, but I was not sure how they were gonna make him manifest this heel persona. Because my fear was that they were gonna have him in the background being a heel in matches, but not really having him do a lot of interactions that I wanted. And I'm sitting there going, wow, that dude's good. He's already got a shirt because of the word bitch. How many wrestlers can say that?
This man gets a car and then just starts cussing. Like, what the fuck?
Imagine
fantastic.
Imagine they bought that man a plane.
I'm waiting for that day when they do that shit. I'm gonna fucking lose it.
He'll be throwing even more extreme profanities on television right now.
Hell yeah, he'll be like,
I will
that's
say,
not what I wanted. I already could tell he's gonna fucking throw the plate away.
The Bucks will tell him they bought him a planet, and then he'll just like start throwing out like extreme cuss words, and I'll be like, you know what? It makes sense now.
Yep. I will say this, however, I like we keep saying this is a new Okada. Excuse me, this is a new Okada, and I'm like, wow, this is not New Japan Okada.
I'm okay with it. I am okay with this heel. It's goofy as fuck. I know I want to say that it reminds me of TNA similarly to it, but it's different. It's more of his ego.
The thing is, I don't think it's goofy. And it's weird because like as silly as it quote unquote might be, it doesn't feel goofy. That's the part. That's the best part. It doesn't feel contrived, and it doesn't feel forced.
Yeah,
that's the best part about Okada. I genuinely believe he calling somebody a bitch. That's the thing.
I gotta pay
bitch. Seriously, look at that face. He don't look like he acted. That's the best part.
That man literally looks like he has an agenda out on somebody. Like, listen, you're about to get this bitch, and you're gonna like it.
The only man who looked that petty is Kendrick Lamar.
Oh yes, yeah.
That man performed freaking 5 times the same song.
So, but Chris Statlander, back to her, she looked great. Her heel persona actually is coming out. Stokely Hathaway is Stokely Hathaway.
Your brother, right? Your fucking brother, right there. All right.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't. Like I said, it was just. I mean, he didn't have much of a presence this go round, but it was still good to see both of them because they're doing a good job. Although I don't know where Willow is, but Willow somewhere along the line, Willow will cost her a match in the Owen Cup.
We're for sure getting it. We're getting it. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wait on that, but go ahead, Redeemer. You were finishing up with Okada.
Oh, like I said, Okada as a heel is incredible. Like I did not expect how well this would work, and right now, the fact that we've gotten this man going up here and just being like, oh no, like he gave me Shawn Michaels vibes with the computer. I died watching him fuck around with the computer going, it's not working. And he starts crying like, and it just goes, bitch. I'm like, God, I just need Okada to just like continue this whole thing. Like, let me tease the Rainmaker and flip you off. Like, let me just call everybody a bitch. Like who would have thought that all it took to just be like, we love Okada in the States even more is just have him cuss. Like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm. It's the same. It's like Austin 316. That's his
big time.
That's his 316 moment right there.
Right. That's the only thing. Like, how many times at Dynamite he said that word? Like, what?
Oh my God.
That's the best part. He's only said it twice.
Yeah, it's only twice, right? Yeah. Well, I think one was the aftermath, right after the Double or Nothing, and then this one right now to yesterday. Okay,
where the crowd was making noise, and he just goes, "Shut up, bitches!" And I'm like, "Yes."
I mean, yeah, and honestly, though, his delivery, and it's his delivery, it's 100% his delivery, which makes it great. So
stone cold seriousness, just like bitch. Just looking into your soul, ready to just call you a bitch.
Oh, they need to make a fucking shirt of that. Just him, like, just that serious face and him saying the word, and then put like a little thing right there.
I think honestly, I think they are working on that because I thought I saw a shirt, but it might have been a bootleg version with just his face and the word "bitch" underneath it. But there are shirts floating around. There are shirts floating around. They may not be legitimate, but there are shirts floating around with that.
Oh, they're legitimate now because if they exist for a reason.
I mean, the cease and desist letters didn't go out, so I guess somebody's okay with it.
Don't try to put it out there. You can protect this. If you want Okada to continue saying bitch, call Pepsi Phil Hathaway Esquire.
There you go. Turn it off.
You can't trademark the word, so put it on a shirt with Okada's face on.
I wanted that put into that. Oh,
I'll just say though, the one thing about this show that I really loved was how much of the stuff we got with MJF though. The MJF and Roosh match was phenomenal. MJF looks like he hasn't lost a fucking step since being out, which is fantastic. MJF now basically getting like teased that he's going to face Hechicero, which I'm freaking excited for. That's, I would say this, after the match with Bryan, I became a fan of him. So I'm intrigued to see how a match with MJF's going to work. And then just having him come out there when Daniel Garcia freaking gets jumped by Cage of Agony and Hechicero, and then MJF comes out, and then Ospreay comes out, and we got that tease, which, good Lord, Nettie Mania will absolutely pop off when an MJF and Will Ospreay match happens. I'm gonna die.
Speaking of Jack Perry, my favorite line tonight, get out of here, Jack Perry.
Mark Briscoe, my God.
But the interesting thing is that he's still working. So that's his first match. And then remember, if you look at, I think it's Collision or Rampage, MJF has a match against Leo Rush, I believe.
I'm sorry, what?
They announced it already?
I think I saw a graphic for it. I guess MJF having a match against somebody.
That's a match?
That's a match.
I think so. It ain't a talk. They ain't talking.
Hello, I might IV right here.
That's the thing I'm surprised because like MJF, like that's a lower card for MJF.
Let me double check right now.
I
hope that's official because I want it.
I saw MJF's face and somebody else because I feel like, that's an interesting. Like,
well, so far they announced a new one. The was it the Patrick Eve, which is Christian Cage and his crew versus Iron Savages and Jack Jameson. Okay. That's so far what's been announced so far. Let's see. I'm looking through it right now. That's how Rampage is different.
I still wonder why they changed their name. Why did they go from Bear Country to Iron Savages?
I have no idea. I kind of wondered that too. Oh no, Leo Rush is fighting Action Andretti tomorrow.
Okay.
Hey, that sounds kind of fire though. Not gonna lie.
I'm surprised Leo Rush is still working.
Well, he wants a job.
Is that a dig at how many times he's retired?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, honestly, I actually feel like it's more of a mental health thing than anything else. But I wish he would stop calling it retirement and Jen just go, I'm taking a break. Just call it taking a break, brother.
Yeah,
it's perfectly,
it's
perfectly fine that way.
I am with you. I just say, if you have mental issues, take a break and don't try to persuade yourself. Like, and it's speaking in general, not just him directly. It's just, like. And I'll bring in an instance like how Phil Brooks did a while back. And AEW when he said it, like, hey, if you have mental problems, text somebody, call somebody, anything. Just do that. So I feel the same for Leo Rush. It sucks, man, because he has been having like banger matches that I'm like shit. Even the one with him and Hiromu. When they had to do it last year in New Japan for the IWGP, I thought he was going to win it. I'm like, no way they're going to give him the belt. But then after that, he stopped, and then
honestly, I gotta wonder what was it like working for WWE because that's when a lot of his problems kicked up. And I can only imagine, and which is weird because, like, I mean, obviously, I will say it right now. Now the quality of life is much better for wrestlers there now. But during that time, Leo was, I think he was just not happy being thrown around. And like once he left, because I know once he left NXT and was running with Bobby Lashley, apparently from what I'm told, that schedule was just killing him.
I mean, but look how little he wrestled too when he was with Lashley. That had to have been that had to fuck him up like a lot.
Oh, yeah.
He's so used to wrestling, and then all of a sudden now he's just standing on the sidelines, freaking hyping up Bobby Lashley. Like
he got the cold treatment. Remember they wanted him to go to manager as well when he left NXT.
Yeah.
To Budge. Was it Budge? Yeah.
Was it Budge? Oh yeah, it was. You're right.
Yeah.
No, Cole was for Keith Lee.
Oh no, not that one. I meant when NXT, when Cole was about to leave NXT, they were going to turn him into a manager and then change his name to Budge.
No, they were not.
Yes, they were.
I knew about the whole manager thing, but the name change. Oh my god.
That was the whole gimmick at AEW. They kept
Oh
using
my
that
God.
name.
That is awful.
Mm-hmm. That was that was a running joke on A&D locker room during the Red Dragon phase.
That's not even just awful that they were deciding to make him a manager. That's awful that they were deciding to change his name.
Mm-hmm.
I still wonder why, but I never understood why. But I don't know if you know.
Oh, because Vince has this thing. His theory is that he'll give you a crap. In his eyes, you can't be a wrestler unless you're eating shit, and part of that is completely ripping you, tearing you down, and then having you build yourself up. Like it's basically like as crap. If you have the crappiest gimmick and you still manage to make it work, you can make Vince money. Like,
is that like Pete Dunne? How they turn him into Butch?
Yeah, or Dusty Rhodes and his polka dots.
I mean, Dusty absolutely made that work, which is crazy.
Yeah, he did. But think about it. When those polka dots was mentioned, everybody was like, "What is Dusty Rhodes wearing?" He made it work like no one else could. But like that's what he does.
That's Dusty though. Dusty looked like he could pull anything off. That man could have came out wearing stars. He'd have been like, "Let me tell you something, Daddy. I'm not just a star. I'm wearing stars." I'd be like,
"Oh no, I mean that means same example. I was like, think about it. You got Dusty Rhodes. That's your idea. Put him in polka dots. But that's how the old man worked. Basically, it was like get a crappy gimmick, work your way up.
Such good shit.
Such good shit. What else could we add for this Redeemer on Dynamite?
Honestly, I think we covered all of them. I think
like the really important stuff. Like,
well, actually, let me.
There is one segment that I deliberately decided not to mention.
Which one was it? I'm curious.
There was the promo with Jericho. And then,
hi guys, let me just scream at you like shut the hell up, Jericho.
That one I'm still enjoying, but I know Justin's got feelings on it. The tag match was actually, like I said, pretty good between the Acclaimed and the Young Bucks, even though technically it was a qualifier match because they needed something to hype up for Forbidden Door. I was like, okay, fine. You're gonna let them win now and then have them lose next week. That's perfectly fine. The Acclaim's doing a good job of pretty much being who they are. So
I like how they made it feel like the Acclaimed that we loved. Like, it was the Acclaimed that was like, these are the guys we want to see be the tag team champions. Like they went out there and just like busted their asses. And I loved it.
It was like that was the Acclaim from the triple threat that got them over.
Yes.
That was the Acclaim triple threat that got them over.
It was fantastic. It was good to see them not just be like,
scissor me, daddy.
Yeah, like it was cool. Like they literally were like, I think we don't really give them a lot of props wrestling wise.
Right.
But like in there with the Bucks, they have hella chemistry with the Bucks. So I'll give them that.
So there is a Meltzer thing that I do not want to mention, but it's an interesting argument that's completely insane and shows.
Boy!
So according to Dave Meltzer,
here comes this piece of
shit. The Young Bucks are so good, it doesn't matter how mediocre the other team is. They make them look better. And I'm like, Dave, it takes two to tango.
Wait. Say one more time. What did he say?
The Young Bucks are so good, even teams who are mediocre or mid look great next to the Young Bucks because the Young Bucks know how to put people over.
Congratulations, Dave Meltzer. That was a shit take.
Yes, it is. Oh,
no, it was. Honestly, I don't think he understands how insulting that is to all the talent that pretty much work with the Young Bucks at this point.
What I'm telling you, the motherfucker's getting paid, and I'm pretty sure he is. So I don't give a damn what he says that he does not get paid. He does get paid.
Me either. Like, think about all the teams that have been in there with the Bucks. Like Top Flight, fantastic. The Acclaimed, fantastic.
Yes, he's just
FTR, fantastic.
Absolutely.
For God's sakes, this guy really, really.
House of Black when they had the trios titles, like they interacted with the Bucks, like they're again fantastic.
Hey, Dango, what's going on, Dango?
I think we about covered the gamut.
Well, one more thing I actually wanted to bring up, but then before we get out of here, get into the next subject, which I need to upload that form. Let me upload the picture because this is a curiosity that got me curious to know. Now that I I was looking for it and I finally got it. So this is finally what I wanted to really know your thoughts of this. The tournament. This is what we got. Who is a participant? So we, of course, Chris Saturn in advance. We got Willow coming up, versus Serena Deeb on the women's side. Deonna Purrazzo versus Hikaru Shida. And you have Mariah May and Saraya. I heard piece of shit of Meltzer. He said Seltzer. He said, "Oh yeah, this is all for Mariah. It's Mariah May to win it to challenge Toni Storm." Because remember, the winner of this tournament will get a title shot for the championship at All In. So at Wembley.
Yes.
And also for the male. So we got Claudia Pac already advanced. We got Brian who's facing Shingo. I'm excited for that one. That's that is. And Shingo's fighting tomorrow. For our audio listeners who listen on Friday or dated today, he's fighting AR Fox. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh my God.
Jeff Jarrett and a wild card. I don't know who's going to be the wild card of that one. Ray Phoenix and Jay White. That's going to be awesome. So, man, who do you guys actually got winning on the male and female side? Let's start with them. Let's start with the female before we get into the male. So, Redeemer Champ, I want to hear you. Is it really for Mariah May for that? And why is Thunder Rosa not in this shit? That's what I'm really like. Come on. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, if you have that story between, Purrazzo and Rosa, but I get it because I think the trilogy is already over, right? Because it means Deonna won 2 out of 3. If I'm wrong. So, I mean, could be the case. I mean, break it down, Jim. Let us know. Who do you got winning that women's win?
I mean, I just don't get what Tony's like, why he's not using Thunder more. Like, she basically like disappeared and then she came back and then it's just like, again, they didn't even use her. Like, what the hell's going on there with that whole situation? Honestly, like, as much as, it's going to sound weird to say, like, I do feel like I agree with Meltzer here.
Yeah,
I do feel like this tournament is going to be basically set up for Mariah May. I do. Like, I think the story is deep enough that this is they're going to start the whole dissension here. Like, they've already kind of teased it, just how, like, Mariah keeps hanging around Mina all the time more here and there, like, especially like what happened last night. Like, after Toni basically just beat the hell out of herself, she was over there on the freaking stage with Mina the whole time. So it's basically just like telling you the breakup's eventually coming, and this is your way to set it up right here. Plus the whole story basically is telling you anyway that Mariah is going to turn on her anyway. So it's just, I feel like the tournament has been set up for her this way. It just makes mostly story-wise sense. The rest of them is just like, we need to find somebody to face Toni, and this is what we got for you. Because really, Willow and Stat are going to be are basically going to face each other in the tournament, and they don't really going to have anything to do with Toni. So, yeah, I feel like the women's side, it's basically set up for Mariah. The men's side, this is tough because that wild card is really
I don't know who it is. I'm curious too.
The crazy thing is, I think it's Hangman.
Oh,
I do. I think it's Hangman, which is which could lead to a lot of interesting things, because that could tell you right there that we have maybe a higher chance that Swerve's going to beat Ospreay, and we're going to get Swerve Hangman again, with this time the title on the line. It's very interesting. Like, that's the one that's really intriguing me, because again, you got the whole Bryan situation. Like, he wants to win a title before he hangs up the boots, like, but Bryan's basically got a certain somebody that he could basically face it All In, which I think intrigues me a little bit more. And it's a certain somebody who's on commentary. Just going there with that one.
I know where you're going with it.
I want it, and I want it very badly.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm honestly thinking whoever the wild card is, that's who this is set up for.
Okay.
God, I love that. Right. I love that idea. I love
it. I got a little bit of a difference. Right now, the women, even though I do agree it is for Mariah May to win, right now, because of the stakes on this particular tournament for the women's side, we get ready-made stories. It's the same reason to see a C3 comment. Like all of those, like and this is the reason why we don't see Thunder and why we don't even see Britt or we don't see who we want, because Serena Deeb. Right now, all those names you mentioned are already main eventers. Literally, they're already main eventers, and they're pretty much already established. Having them win would be anticlimactic. So putting them in right now doesn't really work. These characters, they're not. Now, here's the thing, and I don't say this in the sense that they are, but they are technically not the main eventers just yet. Deonna Purrazzo obviously is an option, but again, she's been at not mid, but she's been like lower echelon of the main event status. So you get to build through them. And honestly, you get better storylines with them and you get matches we wouldn't normally see. And it's like ready-made women's stories right there. So I'm okay with the way they're running it. And even if it is Mariah May, they're going to Wembley. How are you going to break them up other than her getting a championship, which is honestly, at this point, she can't get the TBS championship. The closest title she can get that can make Toni Storm a little bit nervous is the Owen Cup.
That makes
exactly.
Which is why you get which is where the nervousness come in. At the same time, both of those, there are some really great brackets going on right there. Because Deonna Purrazzo and Hikaru Shida, I didn't know I wanted that until I saw it was coming. Like I really did not know that was a match I really wanted, or I could see it. So I'm already happy about that. Also, it's nice to see Hikaru Shida out of ROH and in AEW where she belongs.
Where the fuck is Athena, Tony?
I know, right? And by the way, I mean, Mariah May's from UK, right? So that kind of makes sense why she wins it.
Yeah. Now for the men's side, I'm a little fucked up right now.
I like Justin, so I love the champs idea, though. He has a good point there. I can't disagree.
But here's the thing: for me, I had to decide which did I want more. Pac versus Shingo Takagi or Pac versus Daniel Bryan?
That's just hard.
And unfortunately, I got to go Pac Daniel Bryan. Now, weirdly enough, you said it yourself. Bryan wants one last championship run. And if we don't want to give him an actual championship, which he has said he's not going for a championship, the Owen Cup would be perfect for him to win.
That makes sense too. Right,
the Owen Cup would be perfect for him because it's a belt. It's one last belt run, and him having the Owen Cup championship going into Wembley against whatever mystery partner they find, quote unquote, I feel would be pretty good. But like I said, Daniel gets to win one more title.
No,
So for me, I'm picking Bryan to win all of this. Although to your point, that wild card got me real nervous.
I know, but it's just that Justin made a valid point. That's how
it could be Kenny. It could be. I mean, it could be Kenny, but honestly,
no, Hangman. He's saying
no. I said Hangman.
It could be Hangman. It could be Hangman. I don't think it'll be. I'm sorry. I'm hoping it's Kenny, but it won't be Kenny.
This is your way. This is your way to get Hangman in the elite right here. This is your way to basically set up Blood and Guts also. Now you don't even need to worry about, like, as much as we talked about, the surprise tease of, Hangman being on the side of AEW and then turning his back and joining the elite kind of thing. Like, this sets it up as he goes in there in Blood and Guts with them right off the bat.
I mean, honestly, but here's the thing, the only reason I don't think it's Hangman is the fact that, honestly, I think they're just going to say, our buddy, we forgave our buddy. Like that's how petty it is. Because he doesn't even need to, in my opinion, he doesn't need to turn on him. He's already a heel. All they have to do is just say, Hangman, we forgave him.
But remember this also, Pepsiville, that remember like how last week, how they would try to persuade Swerve to be the fifth member, but you don't even know where they're going with. So this is where at least two that we've been discussing about it. But this makes sense too for Hangman to win this at Wembley for it. But it's tough, man. But
yeah,
really, honestly, it's tough.
Yeah, and you can just say, "Oh, you wouldn't do it? We have a friend of yours who we knew who did help us join." And then Hangman comes out. So
that's about that's right.
So I mean, the men's, like I said, in my head, I see Daniel Bryan winning. Like I think it's like they will like what was it? I don't know when his last match is, but I think this is his last.
It was
year.
supposed to be at Wembley. No, it was supposed to be at Wembley. But
okay, yeah. Then if he sticks around for Nigel McGuinness, then if that's his last one, then yeah, I think he goes out in a blaze of glory.
Wait, so Wembley is his final match?
Supposedly, but he's an extended because he was out. You know, when he was injured, they extended it, so he's going to stay longer.
I'm telling you, I think Wembley sets up perfect for Bryan versus McGuinness. I think Nigel versus Bryan is the perfect atmosphere for not only you know, all this shit talking that Nigel's done on commentary.
I mean, that
Bryan, I'm telling you, Bryan is not set up to just say, listen, I've heard enough of your shit. Get your ass in this ring and we're gonna go at it in London. Like,
I don't know, man. That Brie
I love that idea.
That Brie comment had people in their feelings.
That was hysterical. That was fucking funny. This man used to be vegan, but he couldn't stop eating brie. Are you fucking kidding me? That is hysterical.
It is hysterical, but think about it. In story, obviously, that's a reason for Daniel Bryan to be upset about him talking about his wife. And Nigel McGuinness, I don't know when they got the idea, but that man been going in on Daniel Bryan 24/7, 365.
He calls him a clam digger every time on commentary. How has Bryan not heard that and go, listen, I'm gonna smack the shit out of him? Like,
exactly. Like that's the thing I'm enjoying. Like they are slow rolling that one. So honestly, if his last match is against Nigel McGuinness, that would be so poetic.
Go out with a fucking bang.
I agree. I think that would actually be a great way.
Was Nigel McGuinness his first match in ROH?
I don't
think it was, but I feel like Nigel McGuinness was really freaking early in Bryan's career.
No, he was.
God, how fitting would that be too?
That's why I think this is happening right now.
Oh, then that has to. I'm telling you, if that's his first match, if that was his first match in ROH, if that's not his last match ever, is the guy that started it all. Like, and now the guy that's been sitting there on commentary shit talking you for like the longest time, and that is the most fitting way to go out. Is freaking shutting him up.
Yeah, now don't quote me on that. I gotta go check. I have to go find. I gotta go talk to the interns and see if they can give me that answer.
All right.
Right.
That's
so what we got next? What you got next, brother?
Oh man, the one topic that Justice and the champ is gonna break it down for us. That's right. That is right. We had to bring it up. NXT. All right, I put it that way because yes, you see, even the logos are right there. I had to. Damn it, I believed in him, and I was like, yes!
I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
But damn, what the fuck? Not even 2 minutes in a fucking battle royal. But it was,
dude, I don't know why y'all hung up on him losing. Why are you hung up on it? Like, when it's wrestling, wins and losses don't matter.
I know. But this guy got the hottest real segment on X right now, and he even passed the last subject we talked about. He passed that already. He even said it on Busted the Radio today. I was like, oh shit! I was like, and I look back and look at the numbers, and like, he did. This guy is hot. I'm sorry, he is.
I mean, I know, like I said, I understand your feelings. I know y'all in your feelings about him getting thrown out. But my argument is that I'm not like he had one of the best segments following the battle royal. Like, I mean, even Jordan Grace didn't get what he got. Grace did not get what he got.
I will agree with you because at least in the battle royal he got a fucking promo segment. So I'm not even hating on that. I'm like, all right, you got a promo, but the crowd went fucking crazy. Oh my god! I was like, and then
the camera shook.
Man,
that's
the 80. You know it's TV. That's the 80-20 rule. Give him 20%, make him thirsty for 80. You don't give them all at the same time.
Are you kidding? They were thirsty for 80. Are you kidding?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
saying. Gave them. You basically like teased them with water. It's like they were like trapped in a desert. You teased them with water and then gave them like a sip and then said, "All right, that's enough." Like that was.
That's what you do. That's what you do. Think about it, because you know somebody's probably going. They goes, "Who the fuck is Joe Hendry? And why is this stadium about to explode?"
It just, I'm sorry, like it comes off just so like they don't give a shit. And it's what really sucks about this whole thing. Because again, we've talked about this so many times and how big this could be. And again, it just feels like they're not fucking trying. Like, what is this shit? Like, it just you bring these TNA people in, and it's like you're just giving them like a platform on television, and then just going, yeah, that's about as much as we're gonna give you. Like, we ain't gonna do shit with you. Like, so why bother bringing them in if you're not gonna fucking do anything with it? Like, commit to the damn thing.
Man, that's not commitment.
No, because they're not. It doesn't feel like they're committing at all. It just feels like they're half-assing it.
They gave, first of all, they brought in two more TNA wrestlers. They gave Joe Hendry a talking segment, a backstage segment. They even gave an acknowledgement, like Shawn Michaels even gave Joe Hendry an acknowledgement in the back by saying, I believe. Hendry basically threatened to come back anytime, anywhere with him. I am not, like I said, I am not sure what, other than hitting somebody with a chair as he walked by, I don't know what more he could do. You could give him a 20-minute banger, but honestly, if he lost, then what do you do with him? Like, that's the thing. If you give him a match and he loses his first time out, then you're wondering, why is he still on there?
I think it's just because like they're bringing these people in, and it's just like it feels like this is what we got, something big right here, and they're just like putting these people out there and going, listen, like you put Joe Hendry in there, crowd goes fucking ballistic, and it was like all it felt like was they just brought him out there to pop the crowd, and that was it.
I mean, cheers for Joe Hendry, damn it! I believe in Joe Hendry. Damn it.
I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I understand him getting kicked. Justin, I know him getting kicked out meant you need the aftercare because you was traumatized by him being thrown out so early. But
it set me off because I was just like, I see him come out, and I'm like, and I listen to that crowd reaction, and I go, they want this, and they got it, and that's just all it felt like. Shawn Michaels like freaking like looked at that whole thing. It was just like he saw all these people that go, they want to see Joe Hendry, and they brought Joe Hendry out, and they're like, okay, they saw him, that's enough right there. And that's all it felt like. It just felt like they just pulled the rug out from underneath everybody.
So I'll give an example. Compare that with Wembley last year when they brought out not Jada, who was it? Not, I want to say Gordo, and it's not Gordo.
Which one?
He's the English lifer. I can't remember what his name is right now.
Oh God.
Gato, not
No, not Gato.
No, not Gato. Fuck! I know you're talking about too. Shit, I forgot his name. Son of a bitch. I'm having a fucking brain fart. Sorry.
Yeah, so am I. So, but but we all know what I'm talking about. So they bring him out. He's like the UK favorite wrestler. Comes out, and then basically he disappears.
Oh, Grado.
Grado, thank you. They bring out Grado. Thank you, Dom.
Yeah.
So they bring out Grado. Grado has literally one of the cheapest cameos in all of pro wrestling, and we have never heard from him since in AEW. And think about it, Grado had a bigger pop, an almost equal pop that Joe Hendry did in Wembley.
Mm-hmm.
An almost equal to, except he disappeared. WWE, at least for their part, gave him a talking segment, a backstage segment, and they threatened. He threatens the backstage to come back anytime, and it's already been proven that WWE recognized it and they want to do more with him. So my question is, what other than giving him a 20-minute banger, which they did not do?
Yeah, it was like a 20-second.
I agree with you. Giving him at least a 7-minute segment, giving him 7 minutes in a battle royal would have been nice. But that was not the case because
they gave Frank Kazarian more minutes, which I'm not mad about that. I'm happy for him because at least I'm happy to see Kazarian on a fucking WWE fucking ring. That was like hell yeah.
He was already there before.
But as this person who he is,
and the fact that they ran that particular storyline through NXT from TNA, it's a slow burn. And I know I know they are taking longer than people would like, but I am okay with that because like I said, I'm still traumatized by the last invasion. First of all, not that last invasion, as bad as it was, they destroyed ECW, tried to do ECW one night only. We all saw what that became. WCW basically got pretty much turned into a chop shop, and dudes came in and then stayed for the invasion angle. And when the invasion angle ended, they disappeared. So my thing is, if they're taking their time with this one so that these guys don't get screwed over in the long run, I will wait.
Like I said, the one thing is I don't really even care if it's an invasion. I don't really like, it's not gonna like, I'm not like intrigued to just be like, oh, we're just here to take over. Like, no, I don't need that right now. I don't really want to see that. I just want to see them be like, listen, we're going to take this seriously. We're bringing you in here to not only be like, we're giving you focus, but we're giving it's like I said, it doesn't feel like they're playing both sides of the plate here. It just feels like they're playing their side of the plate. It's not committing to what they can do. Like this thing, like I said, this thing can be huge and it doesn't feel like they're committing to it. That's like my big issue with it. It just feels like they're bringing these people out, and instead of just being like, yeah, we could bring a shocker, we could put a shocker in here, have this person, face our champion, maybe have our championship go over there for a little bit, like the whole Jordan thing. It literally could have had Jordan win the title, which would have brought so much intrigue over to TNA to be like, look, she's got the NXT title. Like we can go over, we want to tune in there to see her with the title, and then vice versa when she comes back on their show. It plugs not only their show, but it plugs theirs. It plugs like NXT and TNA at the same freaking time. And it's like they brought all these other people over here, and again, they're not committing. They're just bringing these people over, going, "Hey, people know who they are. Cool. You got a pop? Awesome. That's enough right there." Like, just want to see. I want to feel like they're actually caring about this and wanting to make this interesting instead of it just being like, yeah, we just brought him here just so we can fill in some spots and then we're done.
Okay, that's what I'm hearing. And it's rumor your window, folks. I don't know. We won't know until further notice, but what we know by far is like how I know Phil said on the chat. He's like, calm down, guys. And when you guys want to bitch about it, like, yes, we want to bitch about it. But
yes.
it's coming.
We did enough of that Tuesday.
I know we did. On the fucking chat, I was pissed too. But
I saw. I was laughing.
I know. That's why I was waiting for you to say something, but you didn't say anything. So I was like, okay.
Well, no, because I understand why you're upset. Because honestly, for me, bringing him in, I was actually going to be on. If they didn't give him the backstage segment with Shawn Michaels, I'd have been pissed with you.
But they did.
But I saw the segment. Right. But I saw the segment. I went, oh, they're going to do some more stuff with that man.
And that's what I was going to bring up. See, they are going to do more stuff for them. So, but the thing is that we don't know when and how or where. And then down the line, they are eventually going to work on their collaboration pay-per-view.
Yeah,
but we don't know when it's going to happen, though.
The one thing I'm noticing is that. The one thing I'm noticing is they're slow rolling so much because, like I said, Jordan Grace, there was literally a 2.5 to 3 month break between her being in the Royal Rumble and then her at NXT. So
I'm with you, but my thing is this: so like, I think they don't want to do it, rush it because with Forbidden Door coming up, they don't want to really associate that already. Fine. So they want to just tease things already. But I'm with Justin at the same time. I'm like, fuck, come on. I get that the collaboration is not going to happen yet, but the one thing, at least you could have let this man eliminated somebody in that battle royal. No, he was with Ethan Page face to face and nothing. I was like, and they took him out. He was right with that promo. It was like, you had 20 people eliminate me. And I hear in HBK, I
mean,
right.
I wouldn't, first of all, I wouldn't say it probably won't happen because think about it. We'll slide over to Ethan Page. Ethan Page is the #1 contender.
You know what? I'm gonna Justin break that one because
that one I'm gonna let Justin take too. With him being a #1 contender, I'm pretty much I can visually see Joe Hendry coming in to screw over Ethan Page.
You know what, champ? This is your segment. Break it down. Besides the battle royal, when you saw that happening, the winner of the battle royal, and then this, did it got you confused a little bit, or you were just like, "What the fuck is going on here?" Like this that's where I'm at. But I hope you're able to explain it to me and to the audience that are listening and watching. what the fuck is going on in this one? That's where I'm at. I'm like, what the fuck? It's not even the tequila talking. I haven't even drank the whole tequila yet. But it's like, Jesus, talk to me.
Yeah,
man.
I was remotely confused myself. Like when Javon Evans won, like I was happy for him. I was happy for him because I think like they seem to really like him. They're invested in him right now, and I like it. But it's like, does it feel a little too soon? Maybe a little bit. I think a little bit. So having him win it, and then basically lose to Ethan Page was just like I like what they did with Javon, how they had him like, you know, he went in there with the rib injury and he put up a hell of a fight. And I like that they trying to do that with Javon. They're trying to make it feel like, you know, he's a fighter. He's, you know, takes a lot of punishment. He can come back for more. And it's just like he could surprise you, that kind of thing. Like, I understand that. Makes all sense in the world. But it's like, I don't get how you're trying to like really do this with Ethan Page here. It's bizarre how they're trying to handle that. Like, you just literally had him lose to Trick Williams. And now you had him basically pull the Curtis Axel, not get eliminated from the Battle Royal, just to basically beat the guy who literally just won the #1 contendership later on in the show. Like, so does that like even Ethan Page said that makes me #1 contender right now. But again, how does that what does this add up now? Does this make it a triple threat? Now Sean Spears is involved. Does that make it a fatal 4-way? Like,
that's a keep his thing. That's Stone Cold storyline. That's Stone Cold's King of the Ring storyline.
Yeah.
The first time he won, that's the Stone Cold King of the Ring storyline.
It's just a very bizarre thing, like what they're doing here. Like,
I mean, yeah, but if you think about it, Ethan Page kind of has the same vibe, but that's how they're pushing him. Because it's almost the same storyline of Stone Cold's first king. Not against Snake, but like the one you talking
about the aftermath, right? Yes.
Yeah. Like it's the same run. Like, because actually, there's actually two moments right now in the WWE from Clash of like Raw last night on Raw Monday that has me doing flashbacks to some other promos that are very similar to them. But I'll wait till we get to Raw.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the whole thing with like Sean Spears showing up. Guy didn't even win whatsoever. He just showed up, and now all of a sudden he's kind of feeling like he's involved in this. And it just didn't make any sense right there. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's very confusing on how they're handling this whole thing. Like, we just got to see if this is just going to lead to a fatal 4-way, because that's what it's feeling like right now.
Yeah, it does. And shout out to Kofi Weeks. We live, baby. That's right, from Dirty Hills.
Yes.
He's like, hey, let's acknowledge the fact that WWE has been late and the guys running it now are killing it on SmackDown. You know, he even said, "Oh, I really hate the guy, put out first." I feel like NXT was a big pause coming up and shocking result. HBK are doing a golden job. And the banger, shout out to the banger right here. Oh, that's right. He even said,
after banger.
After banger. That's right.
Banger.
And he said he'll probably make it to a triple threat, right? It could be a case, but you know how Justin and Phil are mentioned a fatal 4-way. They need Trick as a champion for the CW debut, so he won't be losing anytime soon.
Which makes perfect sense.
Yes, I really love
it. Because Trick's age and Trick's the way Trick is definitely the quote unquote CW demographic.
But before anything, before we move forward, let's see here. I wanted to do this momentarily because we got everybody here in the chat. People are watching and listening. A new thing are happening now, which is happening now. So people that are listening, I don't know you're listening the following day, but if you are not subscribed, do it now, because if you want your questions to be answered, you got to call us now. That is right, folks. You can call the hotline, ask your question. We'll put you here while we're live, and we'll answer it while you're watching us live. We can't answer it here. You're only, able to call this number right here, total free right here, 213-302-8776. Call us now for your questions. If you have any questions, we'll answer it for you. We'll put you out here live so you can ask your questions, and we'll answer it while we're live as well. But, man, now folks, we're headed question hotline of the network here, 213-302-8776. You're able to call it, ask your question, and we'll answer that question for you. We'll put you on here live so you ask a question in front of the audience that are listening and watching. So you already know.
And not only are we live, the debate hotline is live.
Mm-hmm. It's live as of now. This only will be live when we're live, folks. And it also will be live with Top Pro Wrestling Talk Saturday. They'll do the same thing. And we got a caller already. All right. Let's see. All right. Oh, we got a one here. Okay. All right. Oh, what the hell? What's going on? Oh, he hung up.
Nope.
What's going on?
Oh, man.
We already got
call
back one more time, Kobe Weaston. Call it again because they hung up.
I love how I was hiding behind Ethan Page. Like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Call it one more time. You hung up. I answered the phone. Call it one more time. 213-303-8776.
Okay. Can we? All right. We got to talk about Raw now, brother. Oh wait, no.
No. Hold on.
No, we'll finish up with the rest of NXT because, like, NXT, like I said, was kind of like it was a pretty good show. It was all right. It was fairly good.
Kobe. Call it again.
Yes, do it.
Honestly, like I said, I watched the Battle Royal, and honestly, I kind of zoned out after that.
I mean, like I said, it was okay. Like, it wasn't like one of their greatest shows, but it was a fairly decent show. Like, you had Kalani and Michin.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love how they handled that whole thing. It was good.
That's becoming a thing right now.
Let me put you on right now. Okay. All right. So we got a first caller here. All right.
Yo, you know I had to be the first caller, man.
Let's go.
I had to be the first caller. I love your show. It's your boy Kenneth Stone, aka Kofi Weeds, to the Dirty Hills podcast, man. You know what I mean?
What's good?
What's good, brother?
I got Pepsi. I'm the Redeemer. I got one question. Who do you see from NXT right now? No, who do you see from TNA right now getting the NXT title?
Oh.
You heard?
That's interesting.
Who do you see right now catching the NXT title? From TNA, though. It has to be a TNA wrestler. And right now, I think the guy, say his name. I don't know his name. I can't remember his name right now with all the songs and all that. But I think he's a great, great person to have the NXT title right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of great people to have the NXT title. I don't feel like I feel like the young OG shouldn't have won that match against all of the big guys, but it's understandable because he's a young one. But that's my question, man. You know what I mean?
I'm with him.
Let me know how y'all boys feel. If y'all can hear me, let me know.
We can hear you clearly.
Oh, we got you, bro.
All right. Well, that's my question, man. You know what I mean? Let me know how y'all feel. Who from TNA is worthy of having that NXT title?
That's an interesting one, man. Like,
you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of great people in TNA. It's a lot of great, not even factions, just great wrestlers as a whole in TNA. And I feel like because of Vince McMahon, WWE has kind of fell back, and you know what I'm saying. But now they're trying to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's so many guys having Frankie Kazarian there. That meant a lot to me, bro. Because he should have been there 8, 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of wrestlers that should have been there. But that's my main question. Who is the one wrestler from TNA that you could see taking the NXT title and putting it on his shoulders? It's like, yo, this is my company now.
Okay. Whoever wants to answer that question.
I got one right there. Right off the bat.
All right, yo. Y'all answer that question. I'm gonna finish watching.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, brother.
All right, you already know I love y'all, man.
Love you too, brother.
Much love, brother.
Be safe, brother. There you go, folks. We got the hotline calling. There's the first question right here on the hotline. All right, take it. Who wants to answer that question?
Yeah, so to answer that question, I can get you right now off the bat. Like I said, when I was doing the whole TNA NXT kind of dream card, with De Niro, I thought of one person, and I think that would make the most sense. You know, you got Moose over there as your world champion. You have Eddie Edwards win the title. Like, I think having Eddie and Moose together with the 2 world titles like that would be such an interesting dynamic to have, like Eddie going in there shit talking everybody, being like, listen, just because Moose is over here, it's our guy right now. He's like, but he's our world champion. But look what I got. Like, Eddie Edwards to me is, again, big Eddie Edwards guy right here. And I think he would just like make a terror like in NXT as their champion. Like, I would love to see it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh. You want to answer?
Okay. Okay. I see. So here's where it gets weird. Because, and this is the downside of a partnership.
Yeah.
You don't ever want to bring in talent that's better than your current talent. I'm gonna tell you right now. You bring in Moose, Eddie Edwards, Sammy Callahan, because right now those are the names that popped in my head first.
Jonathan
like,
Gresham.
It was like, don't bring them dudes in there. They are amazing. Nobody
Kushida again.
Exactly. Nobody on the NXT roster can literally match with them straight up. No offense to NXT, but let's face it, NXT is still a developmental brand. On the one hand, if you want to, you can. And honestly, right now, I think they would benefit greatly from Eddie Edwards as a champion. I really do think Eddie Edwards could actually help that. But if I'm booking it and I want to book it, I will say, for me, I feel like if you're going to go for the one that kind of does not like terrify your entire roster, I will go with Joe Hendry. He's got you saw the pop and you saw the energy he had. The man can wrestle already. But honestly, if you look at him, one, he's already got a history with AEW, and two, he looks like he could be a wrestler for NXT already. So giving it to him is not a terrible idea. I like Jonathan Gresham because I think Jonathan Gresham would be great at it. Because I think he's another dude who I think the roster could learn greatly from. Because I agree with Kofi. After NXT Black and Gold, NXT 2.0 decimated that roster.
It did.
And they are trying, and don't get me wrong, they are on the come up, but they still have a ways to go. And I understand, I do not want to compare them to Black and Gold because that is their golden age. I will freely admit that. But a lot of these guys don't compare to the level of intensity that they had in that era. And they shouldn't, because technically it evolved. It evolved to a better brand at this point in time. But there is a little bit of a hard edge that's missing from NXT right now that I think dudes like Eddie Edwards or Jonathan Gresham could come in as champion. Do I want to see Moose? Moose would not be bad, but I think they'd learn more from guys like Jonathan Gresham, who are like pure wrestlers, or Eddie Edwards, who's like literally like, in my opinion, another dude like Kazarian who should have been at WWE probably about 10 years, probably 10 years. When he was with the American Wolves, they should have been a tag team with WWE already. At least so yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, but I feel like the more plausible answer would be Joe Hendry.
Yeah, I didn't want to go with the generic obvious pick where it was just like, oh, just put it on Josh Alexander. Like, as much as I would freaking die to see Josh Alexander on NXT TV.
Who are you telling?
See, like Kofi's already saying there. You see, like, Eddie.
I mean, honestly, I want Sammy Callahan to win. Like, I would, in my heart, like, if I had to pick my heart pick, it's Sammy Callahan, 100%.
Ew, like, that man going back to NXT and just freaking running amok would be wonderful.
Because if you think about it, right now, if you put in Sammy Callahan or Eddie Edwards, look on that NXT roster right then and there. Who can bang with either one of those right now?
Oh my
Who can
God.
bang with any one of those dudes? I mean, if they had Bronson, if Braun was still there, they could probably do it. If Bronson Reed was there, they could still do it. But like I said, them dudes aged out.
Yeah.
So right now, the kid they that's like them children down there, man. Why you having grown adults coming down there to whoop their asses?
Yeah, you can see NXT still like cycling through people.
Yeah.
Like they're like putting this person on TV, then taking them back, and then putting this person on TV, then taking them back. Like,
I mean, don't forget NXT. As much as we love it, they're still a developmental brand.
See, look, even Kobe agree with you. He's like, yeah, don't bring talent better than your own talent. Jordan Grace.
I mean,
what's gonna happen? World elite.
Exactly. And honestly,
Jordan
Grace was pushing it for him. I ain't gonna lie to you. Jordan Grace was pushing because I ain't gonna lie. I was like, because you said it yourself, Jordan Grace against Rox. I was like, I mean, I know Rox is gonna win, but I can't say I'm gonna feel it.
I love it. But like at the end of the day, here we're gonna have to wait to see where all of this is gonna go down the mid.
Yeah.
I hear you, Phil. That we have to be patient about this. It's just for us. I get the patient part when it comes to that. Now, when it comes to give them the opportunity, like Jordan Grace, that's what I want to see. Is it fear for Anthem, Tommy Dreamer, and Gail Kim for their talent to get hurt on another promotion? I understand that. It's 50-50. It's a ball. It's really difficult here because I hope that Joe Hendry, even though I heard him, what he mentioned on Busted Open Radio, saying, hey, he might, he kind of throw a catch there. Like if you're, what he told the Shawn Michaels that Tuesday, this could be not the first. This is not the end of it. We're gonna see him. For him to say, I can be anywhere I want, I'm like, okay. And then hopefully we get down the line with that. I'm just hoping that's what I'm hoping.
Now, keep in mind, Joe Hendry was already in WWE before because he was the spokesperson for Rusev.
See, look, yeah, we know that Jordan Grace is better, but you can't make the champ. No.
Exactly.
I agree with you.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Moose's system versus the bloodline. Oh, God. But
you have to be careful with that. And like I said, that's a sure way to kill your partnership right there when they start cheering for the other guy.
Oh yeah.
All right. Because honestly, we all love Roxanne, and we were just like, Jordan Grace needs to win that belt. Like we know that both sides. We're like, man, Jordan Grace need to walk that belt home.
Oh no, we love you, Kobe. Come on, you already know.
Much love, Kobe.
Good, bro. So so I mean, you got to just be careful. Like that's the only reason why I'm like, because he's been told. Because if I'm going to be petty, I want Cranky Kazarian to also win.
We got another caller.
Oh boy.
Yeah, let's take it.
Call from
the banger.
Oh.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right, good caller. We got it on the line. Go ahead and ask a question, my brother. What's going on?
What is going on, fellas? Long time listener, first time caller. My guy, my question to you is, since I probably won't make it up for the AEW Dynamite portion of this show, I got a question for you. Two questions. One, MJF versus Achero at Forbidden Door. Is that something you guys are looking forward to, or would you rather MJF have a bigger caliber match? Two, that Swerve and Will Ospreay face-off. That was amazing. But shouldn't that have been the main event instead of Pac looking down at Bryan Danielson? I'm going to hang up. I'll listen to your guys' answer. Have a great night, fellas.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for calling and answering the question. Let's take that one right ahead.
Okay, so in regards to MJF, Hechiro, I can see wanting that, but the problem is this is still, if you think about it, this is MJF's second match back. I'm not sure it would be disingenuous to give him a major person. And Hechiro is not a slouch either. Like he's not. But I do understand the need to put him against someone. So yeah, and CML he is. So I actually don't think there's a big problem with it because I was happy with it. And it was really good. And honestly, CMLL's got some great dudes that honestly just don't get, but because of AAA, do not get as much screen time. So it's nice that he's doing that. He's representing his home like that. And I think for MJF, even though MJF is not a strong style fan, he is definitely a lucha fan. So, and I think he can be like, I think for quote unquote for his comeback tour, this is great for Forbidden Door. It's not the main event, but it's still on a major pay-per-view. He gets a major crossover show, and he gets a guy who honestly in CMLL is one of their top guys. So I'm actually okay with it. So, and I think it's great. For me, it's great. That segment.
The Banger really has a good point here. He does. Yeah. He says that very well. And to join the Gates of Agony, I was really shocked. So I mean, I'm impressed.
Yeah. So I was pretty excited about that. I was actually pretty excited about that one. In regards to Swerve and Ospreay, yeah, I understand it because that would have been good, but like it would have felt repetitive with the week before. Because remember, last week they had a moment at the end of the night where that was what they referred to. Remember, where Will Ospreay snatched the belt from him and had it on his own shoulder, and that's how that night ended. For me, it would have felt repetitive if they ended the night the same way with those two facing each other.
I mean, Champ, do you want to answer also that question?
Well, honestly, first off, the MJF Echiseto, I am pumped to see that. Like I said, after seeing him the first time, like even with that match against Bryan, I was impressed, and I'm ready to see how that MJF style fits with Echiseto, twisting him up in like a pretzel and all that shit like he does. Like I love how innovative and the stuff he comes up with in the ring is. So yeah, him and MJF as a matchup, I'm excited. Like it just
So I miss this guy. I love this guy so much.
It's because I said Echiseto.
I know.
Yeah, so that matchup I am definitely excited for. I know there could be, other matches that MJF could be having, but I like that they're not, rushing to that stuff. Like kind of how they did with Ospreay, how they just immediately went dream match. Like this is MJF giving us some actually really good wrestling matches to kind of kick it off before we start throwing them in there with people like Ospreay when we eventually get that. And, we're not just throwing him in there, which is good. I like how they're handling that whole situation.
I agree.
I do have to say, though, with the Pac thing at the end, it felt awkward. It was weird. Like, after seeing Claudio and Pac go at it, and the match was, so awesome, and it just, kind of ends with Pac just standing there, Claudio walking away, and Bryan just, staring at him while he's looking at Bryan, it just kind of came off awkward. As a way to end the show. I think Swerve and Ospreay, really, I think that should have actually kind of ended the show because, again, we haven't really seen a lot of Swerve main event related stuff since he's won the title. So honestly, if he was going to end the show, it would have made more sense. Instead of just being yeah, we put Swerve in the middle of the show here to do this kind of thing, or they did it with Ospreay, where it was more towards the beginning of the show. It's starting to kind of make it feel like the world title on Swerve really isn't that important, which is a little disappointing to say right now. And so, yeah, I honestly think that should have been the end of the show. You want your world title to feel like it's supposed to be the main event of it right now, and it just feels like it's in the middle all the time.
Definitely. Speaking with the whole relationships of that, the other subject I want to talk about, because we're hearing this, that TKO WWE wants to reach out to now internationally besides what they're already doing, which we'll get into the next one after that, because when I heard about it, Eddie, but this one right here is where I'm curious to know your thoughts of. With now Papa H is really invested of really reaching out to other promotions in Puerto Rico mainly and Mexico. Now it's difficult for me to even, and I'll go very briefly on this one for me, but it's difficult because you have CMLL, you have AAA, two top major promotions in Mexico who works alongside with an AEW. Now I know one I could say that could break that rule would be more Conan. Because he is more the booking, and Vampiro as well. It depending, and Vampiro he's like Gato, in a way. So they can decide and what to do on that. Then again, you have people that are former WWE stars that will probably be against it. Like I can name one person, but this person, he can't really shit on it because first of all, you fucked up yourself on that. And that was El Patron, Alberto Del Rio.
Oh God, let's not go there.
Yeah, exactly. As much as I know, but we could still have Nick Demis, who is your Mega World Heavyweight Champion, who can really fight for that and say, hey, no, you know what? They treated me well. I didn't resign. I decided to leave. So it was my terms. It wasn't on their terms. So I decided to adventure out. There could be a lot of things up and down. Now, in the Puerto Rico part, you still have Carlito and Primo Colon. They run a promotion up in Puerto Rico. They can get that ongoing. And now with having Damian Priest as your Puerto Rican champion, really kind of push and elevate the marketing style for it, for that aspect to get the, work with the promotions. It could work. I just hope they don't rush it because the last thing we want is to be a repetitive thing. What the other piece of shit did prior. I'm not going to mention his name. You know what I'm talking about. That he's done that. He did it a long time ago with New Japan before they became actually New Japan and before All Japan, New Japan separated themselves because of differences. Kind of like AAA. I just don't hope it doesn't go that route. I hope that they take their time, just like they're taking their time with TNA. Take that opportunity to take your time with it and run with it. Don't just jump the gun and go right away. I just hope they don't make that mistake because then from there, at the end, who's going to look bad is going to be here in North America. Because if you're only going to send a talent out there, a mid-card talent, with all due respect to the talent in WWE, they are mid-card, you're going to send out there and not really do much for the other promotion. They're going to be like, how? You're asking me to scratch your back, scratch mine? I'm scratching more your back than mine. You're giving me someone that is not really like that popular or anything. Like, that's where my concern is. I get it if it's storytelling, like the one we had at TNA where Tatum Paxley went over there to against all that. Justin called it last week. You're like, you're like, she's gonna end up showing up. She did, but it was a good match. I wasn't really like disappointed. It was actually great, but at the same time, I was disappointed because I wish she could have been Roxanne to answer that question. It's like, oh, she want to be the selfish one, take all the belts. I'm just throwing an example, but other than that, I mean, should they really take it at a slow pace, just like they're doing in TNA? And when it comes to trying to work with, with Puerto Rico and Mexico, especially for those promotions, like I just named one top one in Puerto Rico, which I forgot the name of it because it's so much, but I know the two ones in Mexico. But also, don't forget, Conan still has and TJ Crash Lucha Libre. He still has that. That's his company. Unless Conan's willing to go move forward with that, then he's able to. So I'll take it to you, champ. I don't know. What do you feel about this? Persuading him from WWE getting into that direction of working with these two top. I'm just throwing that out of my ass those promotions because I can say those are the top ones. But there could be others that I don't know about. But I don't know how you feel about it. What do you think about this?
I think it's an interesting move. Like, I can definitely say, though, I think I agree with the whole, they should take their time with this. Because, again, a lot of people don't really know about these other companies like this. So you can't just, like, link up, rush to it, and just be like, okay, guys, here you go. Look at these guys are from here. These guys are from here. Like, TNA, like, them working with TNA, at least TNA is known to people, It's just like, so it's not really like, it feels like they don't really need to like rush, like either don't need to like take their, like really take the, like a lot, like really slow, but they don't have to rush it either. This is something you don't rush. This is something you gotta like pick and choose carefully here.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to screw anything up like this. WWE always wants to be, the global entity. And this is your way to kind of break into that more like this by, working with like Puerto Rican promotions and more people from like more Mexican promotions. Like it's in there. It's an interesting way to do it. Like I said, just they need to take their time with it. They cannot rush this. and screw it all up, because that would just be like disappointing. You want to see these more like these collaborations continue and something like that. Like if you like mess anything up to a point where it's not going to work, then you'll make a big mistake on that one.
I love that. Yes. Attorney Law, what do you got for us?
So I have a similar aesthetic, and this goes back to when WWE first tried to break in Japan, and that was disastrous. Like it was a terrible, terrible effect on them. Like it was so bad they just like picked up their ball and went home, because that's how bad it was. And in truth, the reason was they were trying to poach, and they didn't respect the talent or the organizations there, and that was there, and also in Mexico as well. It was less of an effect on Mexico than it was in Japan, but in Japan it was so terrible they had to go home. I think with the net, like I said, you said, Dustin, you touched on it. They're trying to be a global company. If they want to do a global reach, they will need to talk to these global entities. Like Netflix, going to Netflix is a bigger move than people think, because not only does it expand their reach, it expands their demographic as well. So when they're in USA and SmackDown, and SmackDown's on Fox, that's just the US market with a couple of people who may have a satellite radio and they can watch it overseas. Now they're going to Netflix, which is in, if I am not mistaken, last number I heard, 26 countries around the world. Now imagine you are a company and all you show is American talent. So Triple H loves wrestling, and around the world, he's always been watching wrestling all over. You just got put into a group with, say, a UFC, another global entity that has literally been recruiting all around the world and is aired around the world, and they are essentially using the UFC model, which is basically work with another group, work with a bunch of groups, which was Shane's idea in the very beginning.
Thank you, because that was exactly, I forgot about that, but you're absolutely right.
Which was Shane's idea in the very beginning, 10 years ago, where he was like, they have a global reach, they already have a network. And I mean, I'm not going to say they're going to piggyback UFC's network, but with Netflix and the Endeavor engine behind them, they have a much more global reach. So they are not worried about having these partnerships and actually having it be a relatively fair partnership with these people. And Triple H loves, like I said, Triple H loves wrestling. He's got a thing with Noah. He's got a thing with Marigold already coming up with on that side. I mean, Asuka won't be on Marigold, but
that sucks, man. Yeah, she's out for a while. 2 knee surgeries, so she's gonna be out for a minute.
Oh no, that's not why. She hates Rossi.
I know that, but
that sucks the most part.
About her injury.
But in Mexico and in South America, Netflix has a really huge reach that I don't think people understand. Can you imagine someone in Mexico who knows WWE and actually been used to watching it on a tape delay? All of a sudden, it's on Netflix and they can watch it right then and there, and they get to see a CML or a AAA guy or woman on that show, even if it's only a few times a year. Like that's how you pretty much go global. I mean,
it just, and I apologize to interrupt you, but to add on what you're saying though, this is what it came to my fucking head right now. And there's something now with the relationship with TNA, right? And let's say they do persuade with this. This is where this is me, but I don't know if you guys agree with me. Then TNA Anthem, what they should fucking do is bring back Dreamer, Gail Kim, you're listening to this or you're watching this, bring back the fucking Gold Cup. Bring back the International Gold Cup, what they did back in the TNA days, and have all these promotions work together, even with NXT. And oh my God. But go ahead, continue. My apologies. I'm going netty here. I'm trying to calm down.
But like I said, that's what they're working like I said, this is the definition of long game. Because right now, think about it, they'll be on Netflix literally in less than 6 months right now. Like 2025.
That's crazy.
2025 is right around the corner. And they have said, even though SmackDown will still air on Fox Network and NXT will be on CW, you can still get SmackDown, Raw, and NXT on Netflix as well. I mean, it'll be a day late behind. But think about it. Think about that. You don't need to go to Peacock. You don't need to wait for it to be downloaded on some type of torrent or whatever. You literally just watch it on Netflix. Even if it's a day late, like some people watch it, it's still a lot sooner than everyone else has. And I think that's the thing we have to remember. Once they hit Netflix, and Justin, you'll forgive me, it's game over. They literally, they literally become the definitive wrestling promotion around the world, and literally you can go, there is no competition for them. There isn't. Nope. Once Netflix happens, they are so far ahead of everybody. At this point, people will be asking to do stuff with them. Like, if not in the US, definitely outside of the country. Like, all they need to do is go, hey, you are a great promotion. Can we have one of our folks stop by? Do we need to talk about who AJ Styles will be fighting in July?
Oh my God. I am so fucking pumped for that.
That's the next subject. Hold on. We're going to talk about that. But, shout out to Jordan. Shout out to Brother Nero.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
So, like I said, I mean, even though it's technically a $500 million deal, I guarantee you.
Shout out to Mr. Universe himself, Nick Theaterding. Oh man!
First of all,
I love the Peacock slander.
Man. Yes. That $9.99 for them pay-per-view PPEs.
This man's combining them both.
Fuck it, I'm counting them all. But it does save me some money. So
forget premium live event, forget pay-per-view. It's pay-per-event.
Exactly. Makes so much money. But if
shout out to Jordan too, man.
Jordan. Good point. But like I said, that's the thing, though. As much as we want to say it, it's $1 billion deal initially. But can you imagine how much money WWE and how much exposure, how much worldwide recognition they will have? Like, do not be surprised one day.
Wow.
Man, I'm sorry. Peacock ain't never disappointed me yet, man. I'm sorry.
The only issue with Peacock really is the fact that their search function sucks.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. No, it does. Yeah. You have to run. If you find something you like, mark that as a favorite, or you'll never find it again. But it is a 10-year deal. So even at $500 million for 10 years, that's 10 years they can go around the world. But Lord knows, that is just, as far as I'm concerned, that's a stepping stone for them. Because at a certain point, that 10 years is going to roll into 20, and it's going to be probably larger as long as they prove that WWE is a viable product.
Well, I mean,
I thought it was only a 5-year deal with a chance to extend.
That's what I thought, but I guess I just got to tell Jordan.
Yeah, that's what I remember it being.
No, you know what? That's where I'm a big John Wick fan, De Niro. So I mean, they have the prequel for it. I do love. They do have that. They do have Teddy for the prequel before he became, Big Teddy.
Oh my God, that was fucking hysterical.
I love that season, and like that was awesome. I can't wait for them to do another one. They have good shit at the Cock. They have really good stuff there. So it's like I'm not hating.
I do enjoy it. Like I said, Peacock's great for what it is, but like I said, they don't have the reach of Netflix. And like I said,
we're gonna get into that, Jordan. We'll be there for Raw because we're saving that for last for a reason. But I mean, another thing to this, for me, it's gonna benefit Netflix the fact because if they can able to them reaching out internationally is going to benefit them there because then, what did Papa H say on the Castle media script? Like, post media, what do you say? 80% of international people will be able to see this internationally. So there's still like 21% that Netflix want to grab that and have that in there as well. They're going to get there. If they're able, if WWE can help along the way with doing these other promotions internationally, besides what we're going to get into the next one, this, with Puerto Rico and over there, you don't think the audience out there will do the best to be like, hey, you know what?
Now, it's not international.
I'm just saying.
No, you're good. You're right.
Mhm.
It's not just internationally. It's internationally live.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
It is
that, like,
basically game over then.
exactly. Like they can watch it live. I mean, it's like I said, how many times? And I can think about I'm thinking about the New Japan Pro Wrestling app. How many times was I up at 3:00 in the morning trying to watch something that just started in New Japan? Like Netflix is no different. It's going to be no different.
Yeah, but see, like right here, they were saying when WWE is going to run Africa.
I think right now they have already started making inroads already, at least through Cody.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about that too, De Niro. I mean, technically they've done a run in Egypt already. But if they want to go pretty much through Central, and I mean, I think they've also done something in South Africa once
only, but that was like woo! I haven't seen one of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so back in the day. So, but honestly, they do have roads in Africa already. But I think right now they can probably exploit it a lot easier. Like, because honestly, seeing them in Ghana would be awesome. Seeing them in Ghana would be awesome.
Man, I still feel, I don't know, like I said, if you guys feel the same. Like if let's say TNA decides to do that with NXT, bring back, that cup, with adding international stars from different promotions, I think that's going to be one of the keys to get people persuading to follow. I mean, marketing style, pay attention to the product. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but I think that would be one direction they could start with. I mean, I don't know if you feel the same, Champ, or you see it more different. I don't know how would you. I know you answered earlier, but really putting your way though, like when it comes to marketing, how would you really market this to be international? Like how would you?
I mean, that cup idea is fantastic. Like you do all that, like you put all these international stars in one giant show like that, and just be like, it's WWE, it's TNA, it's like, say, what other like, say, do you think they work with AAA? Have AAA be involved? Like you could just get all these international stars on that and just promote it as one big, like, this is the true World Cup of wrestling. Like that would just be massive right there. Like it would be huge.
Oh man, that'd be huge. And De Niro asked the question here. I mean, of what I know, Peacock still has them until by the end of the year for all the POEs.
Eventually, though, I thought they are going to end up on Netflix, though.
Unless Peacock decides to, really put bets against the odds to try to get it back. We don't know until further notice. That's difficult for.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting
Peacock,
to see what they do. I'm more worried about what they're going to do with the library.
I know. This is why I wish the network never went away. Like the network app was fantastic.
I still wonder why. I wonder why that piece of shit decided to get rid of it. I don't know why.
I don't get it either.
Oh, it was expensive and they were losing money. That's pretty much what it is. Running the streaming service is terribly expensive.
Oh no, yeah, I'm pretty sure. But I mean,
so that was a money call right there. And honestly, they just weren't making as much money off of that through subscriptions as much as they thought they would.
Let's see the whole library to the end, possibly so. Dango, that could be it.
Possibly, yeah. I mean,
Peacock still till 2026. Well, we gotta find out. I'll find out. And Justin here it out. The network was so easy. Yes, it was.
Exactly.
It was way more. I agree, Just.
Search function was like on point. Everything, like you could find anything at any point. You could just be like, "Hey, I need to find one specific thing." There it is.
Well, the specific thing was this one. Like, oh my god,
my god,
Nettie Mania! Where is it, Eddie? I gotta hit you.
I didn't know we was dedicating the whole segment to this one.
Fuck yeah!
It needs to be.
You look. Shout out to Mr. Delorean himself. Make sure you listen to him on XM Radio. Mike De Niro Wrestling Delorean podcast. He talked about it. Everything else. I'll be like, this? Oh my god. When I saw this shit and we were in the chat, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Shut the fuck up. No. Am I drunk or am I haven't even drank. And I'm like, I'm not drunk. I haven't even drank. What the hell's going on? This is bullshit. Stop fucking with me. No, it's not. And it happened. I was just like, This is something of a dream match. I wish it could happen 10 years ago. AJ, I'm not saying AJ has lost style like anything. No pun intended, AJ Styles. I'm just saying, I wish this could have been 10 years ago. Marufuji and fucking AJ Styles, I think, would have been. We would have talked about it to this day. Say one of our top matches of all time. And I think we're still gonna get it, even regardless of their age. Age is only a number, but they got the experience. They got the knowledge. They got the psychology. This is happening on July 13th, Destination in Noah. I'm really thinking of considering doing a fucking watch along for this shit. I'm really thinking about doing this because I want to watch this shit. I want to watch it with my familia right here and vote. I don't go daddy at 3 a.m. getting drunk. Like let's watch it. I don't know who's gonna win here. I'm serious. I don't know who's win. But fuck, I can't wait to the press conference. I can't wait to. I just can't wait at all. This is the beginning of the destination of opening that portal to really going to other promotions. Just so we talk about the other portal. Yes, the prohibited portal here.
Trademark Incorporated.
That's right. We got our attorney at law right here.
I said we got our attorney. We don't need to worry about it. We're good.
Yeah, see, Mania season 12. Like, yes, look at this. Imagine AJ was. Yeah, I think he will be. Jordan, I think he will be.
He says he wants to too. Yeah. So
I mean, honestly, I think he wants to. I think that's where he's going to end his. I think that's where. I think AJ. This is where he ends his career in TNA.
Triple H. If you hear this, please give this man what he wants and say, hey, you know what? Go. You want to go there? Go. Cool. You want to go to TNA? Cool. But I get it. Not with AEW. I get that. I understand. I respect that. But other promotions. Let him do it. If he wants to end his fucking career that way, and let's say you want to hire him as a producer, which I think you will do that because you will not let him go, and I think you'll pay him good money for him to stay and help you fucking produce the fucking product. I would, and give him what the fuck he wants and let him go wherever the hell he wants. It's a demon. Oh yeah, we'll do a watch along. If you're down, join us. I'm fucking.
You got yourself an early birthday present there, Josh.
Hell yeah. If you wanted to watch it, hell, you see, look at De Niro. Oh, let's do it. Let's fucking do a watch along. Yes, we're gonna do it. Oh yes. I might be open to it. Yes. Oh. Wonderful. I love it. Yeah, man. Jesus. Champ. I know you went fucking crazy. Tell me you're going crazy again. Can you wait till? I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. We can really talk about Marufuji's credentials all fucking day, an hour, 2 hours. We could do. We could. This man is a fucking legend. I love this man.
So let's say the man's a legend. Mm-hmm. A legend. You got two legends right here. Even AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I fell asleep and woke up to this in the morning. I was like half awake, freaking scrolling through freaking Twitter, and I saw this announcement, and I go, I'm awake. Like, what the fuck? What? Thought I was fucking dreaming.
Yeah,
I was dreaming.
You want to talk about? Say what now? Like I saw this. Say what now?
That's a perfect description right there. Just say what now? You're lying, right?
Like don't play with my feelings like this.
It's real. Like it's unbelievable. It is fucking real.
I won't lie to you. I didn't actually think we'd ever see AJ back in Japan. Like after he left. I didn't think he left Bullet Club, which honestly and we all can say his New Japan run was pretty damn amazing. And when he left, I thought he was pretty much. I mean, he basically said, "I plan on retiring at WWE." The old man leaves.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's talking about a world tour.
This man's talking about going back to TNA.
He deserves that shit to have that.
It's incredible to look at. Like how like. First off, it doesn't matter what these guys' age are. This match is going to be, no pun intended here. Actually, fuck it, pun intended. Phenomenal.
Now, let me also step in here. Here's the thing: both of these dudes I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know if you've noticed. They have lost a little bit of a step just with age, but they have not missed that far. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, that AJ Cody run was amazing to watch him work. That was not his. Obviously, that's not him when he was 20 years old in TNA. But this dude is amazing. And we don't need to say about Marufuji. Good Lord. His last match, I literally saw him. I saw him kick Jesus just as a heel for no reason whatsoever. So at this point, he ain't lost much.
What? You know what?
You know what?
I don't even beg to answer. I'm not even gonna answer.
I need another shot. It's my birthday week. I need another fucking shot. Man. Fuck. You know what?
I got nothing. I just heard something about Marufuji fucking kicking Jesus. That's enough for me right there.
I got nothing. Man,
so honestly, I think this will be a banger. Like, I think it'll give us I think we'll get New Japan AJ back. So it'll be fun to see. And honestly, I think if this leads to him going to TNA and having one last run in TNA, if we get I'm gonna tell you right now, if we get an AJ style Eddie Edwards return match,
oh my fucking
Lord
God,
Jesus.
dude.
Lord Jesus.
Yeah, you know what?
Dude, I feel like every time I take the fucking IV out of my arm, like I'm putting it back in because everybody keeps mentioning shit that I want to fucking see. Eddie Edwards, AJ Styles, Moose, AJ Styles, Josh Alexander, AJ Styles. Like, for the love of God.
Can you
Sammy Callahan, AJ Styles.
Can you imagine
like,
Young Hammerstone versus AJ Styles?
Oh, for the love of God.
What?
No, my God.
I love it.
Like I said, I mean, like, if this is truly AJ's world tour as he goes to retire, I will not be upset by that.
Oh,
and honestly,
see what you did. Look what you did. Now,
listen, they book Moose versus AJ Styles for the title in the at Hammerstein Ballroom. I will fucking email TNA and tell them I will pay for this show twice if you fucking give me this match.
I'll say this. This will be the first time I'll be excited to see Moose.
Look at this shit. Hey, Crazy Steve.
Oh. Yo, shouts to Crazy Steve.
Oh, Jordan. Okay, because you're here. I'll play.
I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe.
Yes, I think he'll put over Joe Hendry. Very phenomenal. No pun intended.
No. Well, see, here's the problem I have with a lot of people. Everybody think he's just this cute little musical guy, and I'm like, Joe Hendry can go. If you watch,
no, Joe Hendry is fucking fantastic wrestler.
Yeah, if you watch that Kazarian Hendry match, that was good stuff. That was an amazing battle right there. So, like, if there is an AJ Joe Hendry, which, you know, the universe would probably crack in half, but
I mean, he already made an AJ freaking like song for AJ Francis. So you think he won't use AJ's songs to make fun of AJ?
Yeah,
he's fucking fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
If he just like say called up WWE and says, "Hey, can we use that? You know, they don't want none," and I'll just make a song out of this. Like,
that would be hilarious.
I would die. Even with the new theme song, you could use a new theme song and just be like, "Listen, Joe Hendry's gonna make this," and just make words to it. Mm-hmm. I'm cool with it.
So I've been trying to figure out. Honestly, I don't know how they're booking this with AJ versus Marufuji. Because
how do you book this? That's the question.
Like, I do not know, because in my head, as much as I hate to say it, it makes sense for AJ to lose.
It does. That's the thing.
It makes sense for AJ to lose on this one. And I hate saying it that way, because it's an amazing match, but honestly, if they're doing it in Noah, it makes sense. Unless this is the first of many matches between them, where like they chase each other around both companies, which would be kind of cool in and of itself.
Marufuji and WWE, please.
Exactly. I could deal with that, but honestly, for me, if this is a one-off, yeah, I'd have AJ lose, unfortunately.
Marufuji shows up in WWE trying to look for AJ. He gets Shinsuke Nakamura trying to freaking bring back the old Shinsuke. I'd die. I'd be like, "Where's the IV? I need it again."
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't. To anybody out there, if you say you're not excited for this, you're lying to yourself. That's all I can tell you. You're lying to yourself. Like, you can't tell me two legends like these guys does not intrigue you.
I think the real question is like, I mean, this. I mean, I guess my big thing is from the backroom booker standpoint. How long did it take for this to come about? Like, how long was this in the works? Because this is not something you just go, "Hey, what you up to? Not much. You wanna? Yeah, you, yeah." Like this feels like a major deal.
Oh, it does.
You know what, De Niro? This could be the case if it could happen.
Honestly, that would be poetic. And honestly, considering the fact that those three are pretty much best friends, it would be kind of it would definitely work for me. I mean,
where would you do it though? Do you do it in TNA again, or do you just
let TNA
or does WWE or does WWE go for it? That's the question.
I would let that to TNA. Let them have it.
Honestly, I would do it in Japan.
It'd be fucking incredible.
I would do it. I would literally go to some Japan company and go, "Hey, Noah's." Like, remember, they still have All Together. Like, do it at an All Together type event and just have all of them do it.
This was the original and only at the time 5-star matchup that TNA had. Mm-hmm. We're giving it to Japan. Like the Japan crowd would fucking love this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, truth be told, no one's talked about it yet, but like since Kazarian showed up, an AJ Kazarian match would honestly feels really, really, really necessary right now.
Oh man,
you're intriguing me again.
I know because
Ivy.
I know. No, it's like this. Like all of us are like this.
Please do not panic. Do you hear what I just said? Get your shit and go out the door.
Like everybody's panicking with that shit. Like, oh god, like it's getting there. Like, fuck. It's so much we can really.
The crazy thing is, I'm with Phil though. I do think you have AJ lose here. I think only because if you have Marufuji win, that gives Noah like kind of more confidence to say this like if we're going to be a working relationship here, this works. You know, WWE's willing to give us AJ Styles and have him lose. Like, it's big.
I mean, the interesting thing about it is that, and this is no disrespect to Noah, Noah's a smaller company, and truth be told, even so with them merging, even them having a small match, win or lose with WWE outside of Japan, of course, outside of Japan is a big get for them. Like right now, they've already, like at this point, I'm not sure how many people even knew Noah existed before now. Outside of Japan and outside of wrestling circles. I'm being real specific. No,
you're right. No, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. Because North American style, I agree. Because it hasn't gotten that exposure that we kind of would like to have for it to have.
Yeah.
Even prior before this announcement, like there was other like collaborations they had and wasn't really given the credit where credit's due. Even when even before Nakamura made his like, I think that's what caught people's eyes. But there was a lot of things, even with Sting, like barely. I think when they started collaborating more, when Muda really opened those doors up and decided to really collaborate, well, of course, first was New Japan, you know, with Kiyomiya, and then, you know, Okada's situation. And then from there, then he decided to work with, you know, with AEW. And then from there, he decided with WWE now, you know, because he's inducted in the Hall of Fame, and now having Nakamura had the New Year's event, you know, with Nakamura, you know, with Muda teaming up on his last tour. So Muda got what he wanted, you know, Muda got what he wanted. And now this is something that Muda's really booking for. We knew this is the beginning when Muda was inducted in the Hall of Fame that this was going to happen. Because they made a deal.
I was literally just about to ask that. Do you think the Hall of Fame induction was kind of like the deciding factor here? Because if it is,
I think
that's incredible.
I think that was part of the deal. I think somewhere along the lines it goes, hey, as a matter of fact, to sweeten the deal, we'll put you in the Hall of Fame.
We'll put you in the Hall of Fame, and then we'll work together. Like,
I still feel like Papa H was the one involved in this situation more than McNugget was, because that was his last year at running the company before he went fully gone. And I think Pop H is the one that, you know what, we could work with this shit. And he's a big fan of Muda as well. And he's mentioned it before, not just to do it out of his ass. He has done it, mentioned prior before he got really where he's at, that he's a fan of Muda. Who isn't? I'm a fan of Muda. All of you, we are. His credentials. And he's the booking man over there. Tell you one thing, Tanahashi, you better get this man, you better hire this man more. Get, Gatos, I don't know what the fuck's he doing. That's where I'm like, what the hell is going on over there? But, it just, there's so much shit. Like, there's really, if this is the beginning of it, I'm all with it. Allow it and do it. And I hope it continues. But I just wish like we said earlier about the other, with the Puerto Rico Mexico situation, they need to take it at a slow down a bit. Don't rush it. Let it take its course. The one thing, be smart about it. You don't want to be competing with two AEW's hot promotions, like I said. That means promotions, pay-per-views, which is Forbidden Door and All In. Do it in between. Do it in between. That's fine. I'm okay with that. And also do it for Japan all together when they have their events. They've been having them, as I mentioned, lately here, but not much as what we expect. They're saving the big ones for whenever they could have them. Or don't compete with the G1 Climax, which we're going to get into actually. But
I think, like I said, I think unlike the old guy who thought he could pretty much bum rush Japan and kind of force WWE down everyone's throats and take over the biz and basically take over like he did with the territories back in the day. I actually think Triple H really is trying to do a partnership. Because granted, I don't think he could do, honestly, I don't think he'll ever be able to do anything with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Good Lord. Okay. Yeah.
It's been that long.
Yeah, but I don't think
that's crazy.
I don't think he'll ever do anything with New Japan Pro Wrestling because of their tight-knit connection with AEW.
Yeah, but down the line, Tanahashi's gonna have to fucking end up. Bushido Board is gonna have to give up anyways.
They're
gonna have
really.
To.
Well, maybe not. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see. Like I said, they may be the type to go. We'll work with anyone in North America, which, I said, which is probably what will end up happening. Like because they've done ROH and they've done AEW and they have done Progress. So
and CML.
Thank you.
Yeah, give them.
They have a permanent relationship with AAA. Like
yes.
like they have an exchange tunnel with AAA.
Well, no. New Japan has more relationship with CML.
Okay.
They have more without the AAA. You don't really see much AAA talent over there.
Okay.
It's a once of a lifetime.
Yeah.
But CML is their partnership because CML actually had New Japan, talent there. That's how the whole Naito happened right there. Tranquilo.
Yeah,
everything happened there.
Yes. My bad. Yeah.
So it's AAA dome. But I get what you're saying though.
But it's possible they could, like I said, it could definitely happen. And truth be told, I mean, what are they going to say? New Japan? No, we don't want you. No.
Well, that's why I feel like they might just get even though they have that, agreement that they have all together, right? But maybe this could be the one going to test the waters that they're going to see themselves. Okay, let's see what they could do with World Entertainment. Let's see what they could do. And they see something they like, then as much as Tony Khan could really give a shit, like, oh, no, why you got to do that? No, you shouldn't, and you should work with me only, blah, blah. Those comments.
That's fucking bullshit.
Bullshit, because I don't want to hear that shit. You're bullshit. I don't want to hear it. And I don't want to hear either, like I'm saying right now, the IWC community. I know I don't want to bring this topic up because I feel like let's enjoy it. Like with them mentioning about piece of shit, everybody's saying about the Fast Nationals being bought up at WWE, want to get the fucking, the ratings, whatever. Who gives a fuck? It's about professional wrestling, about what we love. It's not about the ratings. No, we don't give a fuck about that. What we really more give a fuck is what you're telling us the story of in the world professional wrestling. That's what we care about. We don't care about that shit. If you guys give a shit about it, give a shit about it. I don't care. I care what's telling me the story. Give me the story. It doesn't matter what I'm talking about. All promotions. That's what matters to me. So if New Japan could really look at that and be like, hey, you know, maybe they can work out, they'll test the waters. Why not? Tanahashi will probably end up telling Bushido board, or even Bushido will tell Tanahashi, let's try it out. They did well with Noah. Let's try it out. So I mean, it's all like how you said it, Phil. We gotta take it easy. We gotta bust a tranquilo. Bust that and relax a little bit, tranquilo. We have to. Yes. The chef is house.
Chef is in the building.
Just quietly watching the show. Don't forget the matchup where Ring of Honor between Misao. Oh, that's right. Your Rhapsody. I forgot about that one too. Oh man, thank you, Chef. See, there's so much we gotta remember. Shit, there's so much. But speaking of so much, before we get into Raw one more time, we got this one. Oh, that's right. The G1 Climax 34, folks, and they're going back where they used to go from 2021. They're going back to 10 only, Block A and Block B. They're going back to that from 2021. So, but however, on this one, it's starting as of for people that are, are listening, will start later, which will be that Saturday. It begins the qualifications for the last spot. So this is what we got so far for the last spot. So we got that. So these are the men. So this has already been spotted. Block A. We got Shota Umino, Tetsuya Naito, Shingo Takagi, Sonata, Great Khan, Zack Sabre Jr., Gabe Kidd, Jake Lee from Noah, who is very, very good. Which, shout out to Temple. I'm surprised he's here today on the chat, but man, and Evo. And the winner of Block A, of course, the tournament begins here on the left side and on your rights for you, gentlemen, who will get that last spot of A and B. On the B side, we have El Fantasmo, Hiroki Goto, Yota Tsuji, Yuya Maria. We got Jeff Cobb, Hanare, David Finley, Ren Narita, Konosuke Takashita from AEW. But man, are you guys stoked? Starting on July 20th, it begins the official G1 Climax, but we still got the qualification for it. Which just those are the ones that I'm like, damn, who's gonna qualify for this? And that's where I'm like, shit. If you guys want me to bring up only the qualification match, like I could, in case you guys didn't see it very well. Let me do that right now as we speak, so you guys can see it. So, okay, let me see. I'm downloading it now. So the good thing is we have TJP in this involved too. Tanahashi, you better lose. You don't, because you're the president of this shit. I don't want to hear that lose. We want you to lose because
exactly.
You gotta put over your talent, damn it. Put over your fucking talent. So okay, this is the ones who we have who are on a qualification starting. Actually, with Friday going on Saturday. So, Yoshi, Hahashi, he's going to be facing Chase Owens.
Chase Owens.
Yes.
So there's
the
only
crown jewel.
As much as I love y'all, but the only one I really give a damn about for this beginning, but for the beginning of the block, is Yota Tsuji versus Takeshita.
Let's fucking go.
Exactly. That's the G1 Climax is always good, but for some reason, the moment that was mentioned, I was like, "Oh my lord!"
I saw that and I was ready to pass out.
Exactly.
Like literally, so fucking hype. Like, oh my god. First off, just the fact that you have Takeshita in this is fucking awesome. But Tsuji's first match is against him. Say no more.
And honestly. And it's weird because Tsuji went away for a while and came back. And this new Tsuji is insane.
Phenomenal.
And
no pun intended.
Exactly. And I was just like, and you're going to give that to Kesha? Now, I ain't going to lie to you. Yota Tsuji is the golden boy. So, I don't know.
God, Josh Alexander would murder it in the G1.
I wish he could have been De Niro, but he would have been in this tournament because this is the one who gets the last spot. And I wish he wasn't involved. I think that would have been a banger. If he would actually been in this, oh my God. Even shit. Who could we say from TNA will fit on this one, honestly?
I mean, honestly, they've got some. I mean,
Josh Alexander for sure.
Josh Alexander.
Eddie Edwards could do it.
Yeah, he could probably be an A block. He could probably be an A or B block, probably. So yeah, I'm gonna give you that. Yeah.
What about Hammer? You think Hammer could do it?
No, he would have handled it. I sorry, Hammer. I know you're my friend. We sorry.
I don't know, man. Do you see what B block looks like? Look at B block again. Look at B block and say you don't think he can hang.
That's gonna be a bang. That's more of a meaty man slapping.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, you put him in the B block, he'd be all right.
We got the brand new never open weight champion in there.
That's right, Hinari. Oh,
shouts to Hinari.
So
I love that.
Like so it's. I mean, honestly, truth be told, the bigger question really, and somebody asked this in the TRWT Facebook group, which you can find just by typing in Top Rope Wrestling Talk. Literally, as who in WWE would you like to see in the G1 Classic?
On WWE?
From WWE.
Good Lord.
Give me
easily.
NXT does not count since most of those motherfuckers came from Japan anyway.
Easy right there, right now. It's a toss up between Dragunov and Chad Gable. Absolutely.
Hell yeah, Dragunov or Chad Gable, yes. And speaking of that, the man of 1,000 words, he'll be back. Will be joining me doing this coverage of the G1. The New Japan show is coming back, folks, here on this network, where Bakley and I will be covering here everything going on the G1. So get ready for that. B block may say as yep, butcher block.
Nice.
Yes,
nice.
Yes. I love that. Yes, I love that. Oh man.
I can tell you right now, I got my picks for who I think is going to qualify here.
Mm-hmm.
Go for brother. Who do you do?
So, A block, absolutely Ishii for sure.
Mm-hmm.
No, without a doubt, Ishii to me just screams, "I'm winning this block."
Okay.
D block, I know everyone's probably going to be like, probably Toriano, right? No, I'm going with my boy Taichi. For real.
Really? I am with you.
Listen, I love Taichi. I think I don't know what it is about Taichi, but he always intrigues me. And I remember him being in the G1 and he freaking stood out big time.
Yeah,
that one time. I think he can do it again. This is I'm going Taichi for sure.
Okay.
That was weeks ago. That was years ago, De Niro. This is different.
Hey,
I'm sorry. This is different compared to New Japan. Okay, let's see. Send Chad Gable over there for G1. Ask Dragunov doesn't even next.
Yes.
Week. All right, I would do that.
Especially in there with Zack Sabre Jr. Yes.
I mean, first of all, we need to have a moment of silence for Chad Gable.
That man took a bullet.
I know we're not talking about Raw yet, but
it's a tough one, man. But give us your take, folks. Call us on the hotline 213-302-8776. If you got anything for the G1, we want to hear your take on it as well. Before we get into the Raw as well, man, that's what you got. Hey, I love your picks though, champ. I really do. Ishii makes sense because I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong. And Baker, correct me, you're in the chat. I think it's gonna be. I think his might be his last run. I think he's fucking. Even though he had a banner match, the last one, but still, I feel that this is.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Ishii's done enough. It's done a lot for us.
I don't know. I think he's still got. I think he's still got a little more gas in the tank.
I think the one thing we need to see though is Ishii be world champion.
I mean, here's the thing though. If you look at it, this has been one of Ishii's best run. This year's been one of Ishii's best runs.
He's the last one. Can we say that he's kind of the last one left in that generation?
You mean from the first generation? You mean from the last three Musketeers they had? Yes, he is.
Yes,
yeah, basically.
He goes back to the Shinsuke, the Shinsuke three Musketeers. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is gonna be. Oh man, it's gonna be. Oh, I don't know. This is a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one in this one. How does New Japan gonna turn? What the hell was that? That was not me. I was not me. Honestly, that was not me.
Okay.
All right. That's weird. Crazy. All right. Well, let's get into it finally, folks. Yes, this is where everybody wants.
Yes.
We're gonna save that what happened last, all right? But
okay.
Oh my God! Tell me, everybody fucking lost.
Okay. So I want this.
Before, okay, remember, we're setting the last one best for last.
I'm not doing the last one. I'm not gonna do the last one. There's something about Drew's segment that I want to talk about.
No, that was not me, Bakley. All right.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've been waiting for this issue to get He's never gonna get it. I get it. It was Joe Henry breaking the internet. Oh. Just for Bakley, because he's in the chat.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
There you go. That's for you, Bakley. Tell me that you guys did not lose your shit. Not the last segment, but Seth Rollins coming back, and right away. Remember we talked about like how we like Damian Priest's run. Like he's not been given the push that he kind of deserves as of late. But I love the fact that he's really more like, no, you know what? For the challenge, I give it to you. Like this guy is, oh my God, fuck yeah, let's go. That I really enjoyed. The other one I just, sorry, Dragon Lee. I know you're getting buried right now, but yeah, everybody paid their dues, pal. We know your credentials. Temple, I know you're. No, what's the Temple? Marcus, you're a hater of fucking Dragon Lee, but no, I love that.
I'm still waiting for that one.
I'm still waiting for that debate. But then, okay, Carlito won. That's fine. It is what it is. Liv Morgan with the jacket. Oh my God, I saw that. Like, oh man, I'm pretty sure you guys went.
Shucky, ducky, quack, quack.
I ain't gonna lie to you right now. Liz has been compelling as fuck doing that run. Like right now, the fall of the Judgment Day has been the greatest hot mess in pro wrestling right now. Literally, you're going, and everyone looking at Dom going, Dom, you making some life choices that nobody else will make. Also, Dom, you the luckiest man in the goddamn world.
For sure.
I gotta play it. I gotta play that shit. I gotta play. What the fuck is it?
Go ahead.
Just looking for that shit. Oh, I have so much shit here. Jesus. Trust me, you guys know what the fucking producer. Yeah, but like, where the fuck is what I've been talking about? Like, see, I can't even find that shit. I have so many. Oh, here it is.
The world, Craig. Shit, not just the city, the world.
Man, if I were fucking Damien, don't cock block him. Let it be. Don't.
First of all, Rhea is that man. They homies. He can't be letting his homies boy.
Come on, man. Let that happen, man.
No, man. First of all, he can't sell out. Don't have your boy sell out Rhea like that. Damien ain't gonna sell out Rhea like that. Damian Priest always been a real one. Damian Priest always been a real one.
I like what Bryce just said right now. Dom making some life choices. Will he get hit or never redo by Bobby?
I think the thing I enjoy the most about this is that Rhea is getting heat and she's not even on air. She's not on television.
Look, man, she's having a good time with Buddy Murphy. Lucky piece of shit. That's all I gotta say. But
another lucky man.
But think about it. Think about it. Rhea Ripley's been on the shelf, and unlike most wrestlers who get hurt, who disappear until they come back, they have not taken her name out of their mouths. They still think about Rhea.
You want to keep on being trending because of this story. I wouldn't mind that.
And that's the point. That's the point of all this. Liv gets to have her run. Rhea still gets mentioned as a champion, as the face of WWE. Dom, bless him, he gonna become the most hated man in wrestling and the most hated on man in wrestling for pretty much.
He already is. He already is. Like in multiple different ways.
She like, take this off of me. Boy come out the corner and goes, what am I seeing? What is wrong with y'all?
Finn might not want to tell Rhea about like anything that happened because that man took that card key and he gave Liv that demon.
You know what? Before the thing, Champ brought it up right here. Can we credit Pat McAfee for him doing the You see, like, how he did a right.
Look at that hand right there. Whose hand was that?
First of all, Pat McAfee.
Right here. It's that piece
Pat
of
McAfee
shit.
is a snitch. Pat is a snitch, and somebody need to call him out on it because he got
Oh,
some
hell no. I
snitching
love that shit.
Pat got
That's
some
amazing.
snitching tendencies that we need to talk about on Circular Debate.
All I gotta say is every time I get more and more intrigued by this whole Liv thing, because like when she did that thing backstage where she's leaning up there and she tells him, "Are you nervous?" And I'm just like, of course he's fucking nervous. He's got a fucking stiffy right now. Like this man is sitting here going, "Listen, like I want that zipper," and I'm just like, "Oh, then go for it. Just go for it."
First of all, half the internet is like, "Dumb. She ain't here. She ain't gonna know." The other
Ain't
half,
nobody will know. We ain't gonna tell anybody.
I know.
And Dom over here, and the rest of the internet's like, "Dom, she gonna kill you. She gonna
Listen,
kill
Finn already beat you to it. You got to do something now.
you." So, like I said, that's the best part about that storyline. And Damian, and like I said, they're not doing a typical breakup storyline. So, and let's face it, Damian Priest is already 1 foot out the door. Because he already, like I said, they went from being a heel faction to Damian Priest being everybody's hero.
Yeah, that's true.
And so, and let's
even,
face it,
even Bakley saying it had slow motion. Yes, that shit was good.
Yes.
Slow motion for me.
Priest gotta leave him alone. I know. Like,
going
Brian
back-
saying, "P.S. I said in April, the malt liquor Long Island as Pepsi with thirstier than Moses in the desert. I'll say Dom is taking the spot now."
So going back to Seth Rollins, though, he came back way sooner than I thought he was supposed to.
I am with you on that. I'm kind of scary on that, but I'll give at least Damian Priest the credit. What I mentioned is really the credibility that he's really, and I think we talked about this a while back as well. Refresh memory, and I don't know if we have, but about his title reign there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're seeing it now. I think he proved the point at Cash Castle. He's proven the point prior to that. And it's something that I'm really, for him to say, all right, I'll challenge you. Like, oh shit. All right. I think he deserves that push, and he really is putting his name out there. Why the hell not? And
I mean,
at least it's not like and I apologize to interrupt you. I was going to say very quick before you pass it. Like I was going to say, at least he's not like, "Oh, come jump him" type of shit. He's just more like, "I'm challenging you eye to eye, face to face. I am challenging you. I'm giving you a title shot for my belt." That's different. Tell me that's not a different era compared to other different eras that we've seen people.
Well, the way he's a fighting champion. Like I said, they're shifting him over from being like the heel guy he was supposed to be to being a fighting champion. And like I said, and honestly, the problem is, and this is the hilarious part. The problem is that when he won that championship, the run he had to get that belt, you're looking at it going, the moment he won that belt, he stopped being a heel. That's the damnedest thing I'd ever seen. Because the moment he beat Drew for that title, he stopped being a heel. And I mean, and I just like that, not like they booked him that way, just the fans immediately flipped over as soon as he won. Like
They popped big. They popped big when Priest won.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're sitting there going, "You're the heel. You're run a heel faction. They should not be cheering for you."
Yeah, he's saying that it was 3 months of recovery. It just didn't seem that it flew that fast.
It didn't. That's weird. Like honestly, Seth is an animal anyway, so I'm not that surprised. He shrunk it down. But God, I hope he's okay. I hope he didn't rush it unnecessarily. But
same here. I hope he didn't. I mean, we saw his social media, right? Remember when was it last month or was it like less than a month ago? When him doing workouts, and was it? I don't know if you guys saw.
It was last month. Like honestly, it was last month. He had the surgery right after Mania. Becky went on book tour about, I think, the week she won the championship. And she said that he had surgery right after. And then I think a month later We saw him in the gym working out.
See, Bigly was there. He was there. He was up night too. He was there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's just Seth's got that freaking Cena heel like ability. Like it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, but go ahead, champ. I mean, what are your thoughts about that one? Like, really, already Money in the Bank for that matchup.
No, I told like when I did the show with De Niro, like I said, I like literally audibly gasped. Like when that Burn It Down came on, I just like I was like, no way. He's no way in hell he's here right now. And he came out just looking like he's good to go. I'm like, damn, Seth, you are like a fucking miracle worker on yourself. Holy shit.
He looked amazing.
I know. It's crazy. And like usually he come out looking like all weird, like the way he was dressed, but he came out looking semi-normal. Like I was like, okay, Seth, like look at you go.
I mean, that might be a stretch on the semi-normal part.
I don't know. It looked pretty like something you would actually see somebody wear. And like I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute, Seth. So you kind of toned it down a little bit here. I was kind of surprised like by that. But yeah, like it's good to see him back because again, it just feels like. But again, it felt like it flew because he literally just felt like we just heard that he went out and got surgery, and here he is back in here already. Like holy shit!
I mean, can we also talk about the fact that he should have had the surgery and had no business being at Mania both nights?
Exactly.
Like literally, he literally said that he was working on a broken leg, or at least shall we say, an injured leg, both of those nights leading up to WrestleMania. And he still, without a doubt, did what he had to do. Like to the point,
man's unreal. Unreal.
They had to carry him out of the ring after the night was over.
Absolutely insane. Like the fact that the man was working that injured.
Yeah.
For not only a like 40-some minute match with freaking him and Cody against Rock and Roman, but then going in there and tearing it down with Drew the next night, like
exactly. So
man's unreal.
Here's the thing about going back to Damian Priest, we're going to parallel with that with Drew. Drew does what I call the Bret Hart speech. Remember the speech where Bret Hart got screwed over by Shawn Michaels? It's the one where it's the promo where he spit on Vince and said he quit. He got tired of it. That's exactly what this reminded me of. Him and Punk remind me of basically Bret and Shawn, because you have one guy who's ultra popular and one guy who's just your standard worker. And that's how they're booking this one, and that's exactly how they're reacting. Because the moment Drew quit, I went, yo, that's the Bret speech. Like, that is literally Bret's speech when he, like, right after he gets screwed from, I don't think it was King of the Ring, but I think it was him against Owen. When he got screwed on that one. So I'm pretty I'm just like, oh no, and I was enjoying everybody saying, did Drew just quit? And I'm like, no, he didn't quit. He literally just signed a contract right before Mania. He's fine.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like everybody's like, well, now we get to see Drew go here and Drew go here. Like, no, like, did you guys not forget that literally Rock went up on social media and says we re-signed Drew McIntyre? Like it again. The story has been phenomenal. It's just like it's probably like again one of the most intriguing CM Punk things that I've seen, and I think Punk is eventually going to go down as one of Drew McIntyre's like best like rivalries that he's had. It's just like it's clearly like you can tell where this is going. Punk is showing up tomorrow night. On SmackDown and beating the ever-living dog shit out of CM Punk in Chicago in front of everybody. He's going to get fucking booed to hell and high water, and it's going to be wonderful. And it's going to be justified because look at all the shit that Punk has done to him. Literally, like the Clash of the Castle thing. This man literally dressed himself up as a referee to run in there and screw this man from winning the world title. This man is going to go out there on Friday and beat the snot out of him. Like I said, the best freaking scenario that you could have is have AJ in the crowd watching that happen. It would just be fantastic. Like,
I mean, the best
you have,
like you said,
you have just so much intrigue, like this whole thing, and it's just like it's starting to like kind of blur like who's the face, who's the heel in this situation.
I mean, no, I think that's it. Like, it's who you like, basically.
Exactly.
Because like it really is who you like and what you're like. They're playing it really well. Because truth be told, as much as it pains me to say, I love Drew. I feel like this would probably be a lot more fun with Seth versus Punk. But circumstances being what they are. But the thing I love about this is, like you said, if he beats the crap out of Punk in Chicago after being screwed in Scotland, but that leads into Money in the Bank, that would be amazing.
The good thing is you could play this off as this could just be a write-off. Like we still don't know when Punk's going to be cleared, which is a good thing. So if this happens and Punk gets the shit kicked out of him tomorrow night, this could be your way to just like keep him off TV until you get close enough to SummerSlam, and your first match, build it up for SummerSlam. Like that's huge.
Yeah.
Like SummerSlam this year is looking stacked. Like honestly, like I truly believe that as much as we've all, settled in that we don't really have any issue with Damian Priest as world champion, I don't think he's leaving Money in the Bank with that world title. I think Seth's beating him. Like I think the intrigue in Seth versus Gunther at SummerSlam is way more up there than Priest versus Gunther.
I mean, we've already seen Priest versus Gunther. That's the thing. We've already seen it.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't see any way that Gunther doesn't walk out of SummerSlam as world champion.
Yeah, and I mean, I honestly I like that booking. I mean, I hate this. I mean, it's usually at the expense of Priest, unfortunately, but it's the only booking that for me makes sense.
It does. It just, for me, what throws me off is what we talked about on Saturday, like Justin and I with Kayla and Dangle when we brought about the Money in the Bank qualifications. Like that one really threw me off with Finn Balor being involved in the triple threat match. And like, what the fuck? Unless they have like last chance spot that he gets able to get in and wins it. Because we predicted that maybe it could have been Finn Balor be the one that wins it, and probably unexpectedly would make that decision because Liv Morgan is persuading him to turn his back on Damian Priest, because of that. I love the fact that at least one thing they're doing in this story, it has us through so many assumptions to it that we don't know what the fuck's gonna happen heading into SummerSlam. We can tell that they're kind of really saving really what's gonna happen after Money in the Bank. They're going to give a teaser at Money in the Bank of whatever we're going to get, right? But I think SummerSlam is going to be the one that's going to be the ballpark hitting that home run where we wanted to have. I'm invested. I don't see it bad. I know, like, I hear people in the IWC, like, gotta calm down, people. Like, you watch national television when you watch your soap operas, anything that you want to get, just let it take its course. It's this is something that has us because it could be A, B, C, D, and E, and F, and could be anything. But let's enjoy it. I feel like I don't know. You feel the same, guys, but I'm enjoying it actually. With Rollins' situation, though. But yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chip.
You know what? The one intriguing thing that I just thought of that you could come out of this, which really sucks, because after I just seen that, how we're supposed to have that triple threat Monday, where it was supposed to be Gable, Bronson, and Braun Strowman. Well, apparently they took Gable out. So first off, good on kayfabe. Glad they kept that going. But like, the one thing I thought of was, what if you have Gable go into Money in the Bank, and what if Gable wins it? Then you have Gable win it, and then have Gunther win the world title, and then have Gable cash in on him. That way Gable finally gets his one-up on Gunther after all this. Like, listen, I couldn't beat him for the Intercontinental title, but I just beat him for the world title. Like, even if it's a short run to then eventually have Gunther win the world title, like, that's fucking bonkers. Like, that's a good story right there. You know, like Gable's chance to finally stick it to Gunther before Gunther finally just says, okay, I'm done with you. I'm putting you in the dirt and then I'm moving on. Like,
see, I agree. I hear you, but I agree with this as well. Like I said, Priest has had some pretty good runs and pretty good. First of all, he's done great promos. He's represented the belt well. But beating Drew was great, but I think he needs one more legitimate win. So he may not, So he may not lose the Money in the Bank. He may be, like I said, as much as what I said, he may be the one that drop it to Gunther. So
I feel like they have Seth do it, and that's not like trying to run down Priest, because I think I love Damian Priest, and I don't know. I think the big SummerSlam match would be Seth dropping it to Gunther at SummerSlam. Like,
I agree, but the hot potato argument is a good thing. The hot potato argument is legit. Having Damian have it for a while at Mania, give it back to Seth as soon as he come back at their first pay-per-view, and then have Seth lose it to Gunther right after that, kind of disavows Damian's run as being transitional.
The only other thing that would really make any sense is you have Seth beat Priest, beat Gunther at SummerSlam, but somehow get Gunther a rematch for Bash at Berlin after. And that's where Gunther wins it. So that way we're not just immediately hot-shotting the title to Gunther. You at least gave Seth a little bit of a run before you just said, okay, we're putting the title on the guy we want to see as world champion.
Yeah, because I really, for me, it's really tough because I rather have Damian to drop the belt more than Seth. I get it that his marketing level, but really more Damian because, we don't, how you mentioned, Phil, that you don't want it to be a hot potato. I'd rather have him to have his reign at least from, okay, how long was WrestleMania? April, right?
Mm-hmm.
So April, May, we're already in June, 3 months. SummerSlam is not until when? Until August, correct? Or is it until like the end of July?
August, yeah.
Yeah, so at least give him until August to have that run, even though it's not been a year. I wish he could keep it longer. I think he deserves it more. I'm not saying Gunther doesn't either. Mm-hmm. That's why, like I said, like I wish Gunther would have been involved in this Money in the Bank situation instead of making the King of the Ring the one for it, because this would have been made more sense for Gunther to like cash it in whenever he can and give Damian the longer one. Or let's say, what I mentioned, okay, let him go after Cody, and then let's say he loses to Cody, go back to Raw, and then he wins the belt. Maybe down the line, maybe by Survivor Series or a Rumble. It's tough because the crowd is loving Damian Priest, though, man. We can't disregard that. That's one thing Papa H has to pay attention to the audience as well, because it's like shit. This guy's actually.
Here's the thing we also have to remember as well.
Mm-hmm.
Seth doesn't need the belt.
No, yeah, that's what. Yeah, I was gonna get to that, but yeah, but you're right.
Sorry,
yeah.
My bad. Seth doesn't need the belt. If Damian could beat Seth and drop it to Gunther, that's a good run. That's a legitimately strong run right there. Like you won't disavow it. And let's face it, Gunther's reign from that point on is legitimate, because then he wouldn't have beaten like a hot potato champion. So I'm actually okay if he beats Seth, as much as it pains me to say that out loud. Because I do love Damian as well. And him dropping it to Gunther and like you said, dropping it to Gunther either at SummerSlam or at Berlin would be great.
Yeah. It's gonna be a tough one, this one, honestly.
Can you imagine if he did win in Berlin?
You know how big people were saying, like he was saying right here in the chat. He was just saying that the people will go crazy in Berlin. And it's true. They will go crazy.
Yeah, Berlin's gonna explode. Like if freaking Gunther wins the world title there. But even if Gunther shows up as world champion, they're gonna go freaking bonkers.
Yeah.
It would. And man, I'm excited for this Money in the Bank tournament. We still got another one next week. How you mentioned, Champ, and then we got the women's one too. We got Kairi Singh and we got Valkyria, and is it Zoe Stark was going to be in that triple threat match, or is it Shayna Baszler? I forgot. I don't know if you remember. The next,
I think it might have been Shayna, but I'm not 100% sure either.
Okay. But we got Io Sky already advanced. That one, of course. The women's was a tough one. That one, but then again, I've been seeing it. Everybody wants Tiffy time. We want Tiffy. Yeah, of course, we want Tiffy.
Yeah. That's a tough thing because if she wins the women's Money in the Bank, you're going to give SmackDown both Money in the Banks. Like,
that's 2 years.
I don't know.
Right?
I don't see how they would. I don't see them doing that. That's the thing.
Then who the one? The hell that would run the Raw? Well, I mean, we don't know until we'll find out all the participants. Huh? Fuck, man, it's so much shit. That's a tough one. That's really a tough one.
Yeah.
And, we got Sheamus and Braun Breaker. Damn, Kaiser, man, fuck, he got speared. Fuck.
Can we give the camera guys some fucking love? Like, my God, that shot that they had where they just had dead on freaking on Kaiser before he started running, and when they gave you that up top camera view, and you just see Kaiser running one way, Braun running the other way, to meet in the middle and basically just detach freaking Ludwig Kaiser's top half from his bottom half. Good Lord, what a camera angle that was. Fucking incredible.
That was. I love that. Braun Breaker got to be in that fucking Money in the Bank. Yeah, I think he's gonna have to be in that one. He's gonna.
It's either Money in the Bank or he's winning the IC title. Take your pick. Like, either way, Braun Breaker's got fucking so much going for him right now. It's insane.
So here's an interesting argument for you. And this is outside of Raw, but goes back to our previous conversation about NXT. Here's the thing: after they go to Netflix and they get a global thing, would you bring back the European title?
Hell yeah, I would. You wouldn't either? I would.
Maybe. That sounds kind of interesting. Like, if you did like a big
get rid of the fucking speed title, bring that title back better.
Like, if you actually did the big World Cup thing, like, and the prize is the European Championship. It's pretty fucking dope. I'm not gonna lie.
You see the
even if you knew it was going to a WWE person, you still get to see some of the best wrestlers in the world in that tournament.
And there's no guarantee that it ends up just on a WWE guy. This could just be like, it could just basically be like how the international title was like when it was the Mid-Atlantic title, where it was basically going all over the freaking place. You could literally do that with the European title, where somebody else wins it, they bring it over to their company, then bring it back to some other company, like, and then eventually come back to WWE and defend it. Like, it's a hell of an intriguing way to reintroduce the European title.
Well, that champ, that's for you to answer that question. What Bacon's putting right here.
That's a tough one. Like, I'm starting to wonder if they're even going to do any more NXTs. Like, the fact that they got rid of NXT UK is really like a telling tale here. Like, it just feels like they just didn't want to even bother with NXT UK anymore. They because if you think about it, regular NXT is basically like an international freaking meetup anyway. Because it has so many different it has so many different like spans all over like that. Like, you have people from Scotland, you have people from like China and everything else like that. Like, you don't even need to have another NXT to just promote them. You just got to start putting them on NXT to like get them more recognition.
They have gyms in the UK, Japan, so they think it would. I don't know, baby.
I mean, interesting, but again, you just got to get them really on like the more like known NXT. Just get them on there and start like promoting them more.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see. Any final thoughts before we move on to the last one here?
No, I got nothing.
Yeah, me neither.
Man! They're here! They are here, folks. They are here. on the day where the man made his debut back. You want to break it down for us, champ? When did our God rest his soul, Bray Wyatt? What the date and the return that he made his return here on what June 17th was it? What year and what pay-per-view?
My God, June 17th, 2019, Extreme Rules. My God, fucking like incredible. Like the fact that they timed it to the literal exact date of Bray's return is so good. Like you wouldn't even think that. Like you would never have thought about that until it's like we lost Bray. And then it goes, you know what we should just do? We should, like, if you want to debut these guys, how about on the date that we brought Bray back, the exact same day? Like, God, that is like we literally talked about the one thing that you need to do when you introduce these guys is pick the right date, is pick the right time to do it. And why, and what perfect time? What perfect time? It's, you know, this group exists because of Bray. This is basically to continue the legacy of Bray Wyatt. And you picked the date that we brought Bray Wyatt back to debut the brand new faction. Like it was the whole thing was done brilliantly. The way they handled it, just how we go from Jay celebrating to the lights go out. Just the fact that it was Fiend, you know, the static lights going out, and then we got the doorway that we got when Bray, before he passed away. You just see Nikki Cross come out there with that absolutely creepy ass looking zombie mask. Friggin' insane. Like, I give everybody props on how the hell they made this stuff. Like, having her come out there and just crawl to the lantern was a hell of a sight. To have her just arch up and point back, and the camera guy just follows that, and just carnage all over, bodies strewn everywhere, freaking blood on the walls, gorilla position destroyed. Like, I can't even put into words just how perfect this was. It was perfect. Like literally perfect. Just, God, like the thing that really still bugs me is how there's just already people just feeling like they're running it down already.
Fuck them.
How they're just like literally like going out there and going, well, what's next? What's this? Well, apparently you're already putting down into it. Like, if you can't, like, if you're gonna jump to conclusions like that and just be like, listen, I don't know what's next. What could be next? I don't. That's not good. That's not a good sign. Like, you're not even letting it get off the ground yet. Give it time to freaking do anything. It just debuted. Like, it makes no sense. Like when Russo did it. Like, Russo just recently did it too. Like, how this could be WWE's biggest flop if they fuck this up. And I'm like, well, why are you already talking about them fucking it up? Why are you talking about them fucking it up already? Like, don't even think about that. You didn't even give them, like, you're already basically jumping to conclusions that they're going to screw this up. And, you know, everybody's so excited for this. This is great. You know, they're continuing the legacy of somebody that they not only they loved, but we loved in Bray Wyatt. Like, we want to see this. We want to see how well this is. And everybody's just feels, and there's a lot of people that feel like they're just jumping to conclusions already. And it's like, you're not giving it a chance to get off the ground. Let it freaking let it even start before you start jumping to conclusions here. Like, the thing I loved about this is it wasn't just a Bray tribute. Is what it also felt like a Brody Lee tribute a little bit. Like, having like Rowan back there with the Ramblin' Rabbit thing, but he had the hammer for the Bludgeon Brothers. I'm like, look at that. They didn't just make it a Bray tribute. They made it basically a Brody Lee tribute. Like, it's a full-on Wyatt family tribute. It's fantastic. And then, like, everybody was talking about, you know, how, like, there's only 5 that debuted, and then, like, Bray's the 6th. If you think about it this way, you can look at it that way. It could be, you could take this in 2 different ways. You could look at it as Bray as the 6th member by default, in spirit, or you can look at it as Bray is the leader and it's the Wyatt Six, the 6 people that, you know, are with Bray Wyatt. So basically we're waiting for the 6th person to be in here. So you can look at it in 2 different ways. So either way, I'm intrigued by it. I love this. I'm so excited for this. Like this whole thing, like by the end of it, I was like just cheesing from freaking ear to ear. Just so happy on how they did this because it was just literally perfect.
Okay.
I'm with you on that. And fucking Russo, Russo, because I heard him too. And now he's like, bro, this is go like, shut up. Shut
bro,
the fuck up.
Bro,
like,
let me tell you something, bro.
Like, I'm sorry, De Niro, you're watching this or you're listening, but I know you had Russo in the show. This is why I don't have him for that reason, because I know I'm going to talk shit to him. Like, This is one thing. Because you can't do that. And I just said it. This is just the beginning of what we don't know what the direction they're gonna go with after this. At least one thing that they did a tribute for him, for God rest his soul, Bray Wyatt, for Wyndham on his debut in NXT. I mean, in WWE, Bray in Extreme Rules. So we saw that happening, and we got now. I'm really happy more of me myself is really I'm really happy that these 5 people right here really are reinventing themselves and doing a different direction. I'm happy that Joe Gacy is involved in this situation, and I'm happy that Eric Rowan is back. He's back home. That he will feel comfortable where his career. He admitted himself. Shout out to Jonah from Rewind, Recap, Relive. He had him on the show. Shout out to everybody who had this man on the show. And Rowan has said it. WWE really pushed his career, and it did. Nikki Cross, I'm happy that she's playing something that we all really was looking for her to do it, and she finally did. And if it wasn't her, I was really more going for Abaddon for that play. This is a while back. Abaddon would have fucking killed it too, but I'm happy that Nikki is on this one. I think she's gonna kill it too. You know, Dexter Lumis, man, finally they're doing something with him after the whole Miz situation, and after that they didn't do shit, and now they're just doing something. I am happy, and hopefully this is a great run. I'm not gonna predict at all, or even say what's gonna be the first feud because I don't know. So right now, I know I should not compare this, and I apologize for people that are listening and watching. This is kind of like an episode of American Horror. An FX, you know how they have those different scenarios.
Oh yeah. Good comparison.
It reminds me of that. It's fucking chaos is what's gonna be. And I am happy that Bo Dallas is doing this. And he is really gonna take this to another level. But don't rush it, folks. Like how Justin, our champ, said. Not rush it. Take its time for it to get there. It's not gonna be like right away or right at then. What the fuck was that? That was not me. Okay. The fuck. Okay. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah. Yes, they're good.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. So I'm excited for this one. So I don't know. I mean, Petsy, I don't know if you feel the same about Champ, and I feel.
So for me, this 2 things. First of all, I'm really proud of everybody, and honestly, it's funny thing you said about the Wyatt Six, because in my head, the way they were describing it,
in my head. Sorry,
I actually
in
wonder.
Your head.
You remember how the original bride, the way the original Wyatt family treated Sister Abigail?
Yeah.
There is a part of me that wonders if that's how they're going to treat Bray in this situation. Like Bray will be the one they talk to when they're going to do something. Or
That'd be so kind of cool though.
It'd be kind of weird. It'd be kind of dark and weird, but like it would kind of work for the gimmick. Honestly, it's probably the best debut for a group since the Shield. It's literally probably the best debut from a group since the Shield. Because again, not expected, even though it technically kind of was, but not really expected. They took their time with it. Even though we knew it was coming, the way they introduced it by pretty much killing half the locker room was great. Poor Chad Gable. They're doing Wikipedia at one point had the death of Chad Gable listed on their page, and they listed it as killed by Wyatt Six.
Consistency.
Exactly. So
I applaud you, people.
Yeah, you guys pretty much hit it. I think right now this feels like though if you listen to it, Bo Dallas did say something where he said we're back. I'm really excited for what Bo Dallas has in mind. Because if you watch the documentary about Bray, you realize that Bo Dallas, or in this case, what is his? I forget what his real name is.
Taylor Rotunda.
Yeah,
Taylor
Rotunda.
Yeah.
Taylor has the exact same aesthetic, but a different flavor of Bray's kind of Bray's kind of horror mentality kind of concepts. So, and he is actually, and all the masks and stuff, you see that all of the memorabilia and all the accoutrement that came with it is made by one guy. It's made by one person.
Yep, Jason Baker.
Yep, who worked with Bray already. So, and
man's phenomenal.
He ended up working with, and he ended up working with Taylor or Bo in this case. Honestly, I don't even know what his name's going to be in this new persona. So they haven't said.
He's just Uncle Howdy. That's it.
It's Uncle Howdy, yeah.
Is he? Are you sticking to Uncle Howdy? Okay.
Yeah, because even WWE when they debuted, they even put it on Twitter and it just says Uncle Howdy returns, and I'm like, well, there it is.
So yeah, so I am, like I said, so I'm curious about it. It's good to see It's good to see Eric back. Good to see Loomis. The only thing I would say about our girl is she need to work on her beard. Because if you look at the photo, she is the only one without a beard. So I feel like if she's trying to be down with the group, she gonna need to grow a beard.
Nikki Cross has got to be the bearded lady.
What's gonna grow a beard? Like, no.
Have you seen photos? Every single one of them got some kind of weird third animal growing underneath their face.
Nikki Cross has got to be the bearded lady. What the fuck? Come on, see the bearded lady. She looks like a zombie as well.
So Joe Gacy for me was a little bit of a shocker.
No, you know what? It made sense because remember NXT, he was losing that already when he started that feud with
No. It makes sense. I'm just surprised. I'm surprised they pulled it from Joe Gacy because honestly, it's been a while since we've actually seen him do anything of late, and we were wondering where the fuck he was for a while.
I think that's the one thing they did really well with this as well is the fact that they kept them off TV for so long. That means they all freaking planned this so well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because even when Nikki was lost and then she walked out, she was all just like whatever, and then it was the same with her on Raw, and then we never seen her again. Like Loomis was kind of different. I think. Remind me if you guys remember, because I really don't.
Last I saw Loomis, he was being arrested, taken out of one of the arenas.
Can we give props to freaking kayfabe here? Because Indy Hartwell apparently wants a divorce.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Consistency, I love it.
Now here's the biggest question though for you guys. So do we see Alexa Bliss get involved in this? Even though we say that the Y6, Ray is the actual number 6 because it's in spirit. But do we see her at least get involved in this? I'll say one thing right away, and you guys can disagree with me if you guys feel. I still don't feel that Braun should not be involved in this one. If anything, he should not even be close to this one as of yet. Not yet. Take this time with that one. That one, I don't think he should even be involved in. Meaning to get involved in to be in that faction, maybe against it later, not right now because it's way too soon. I will give it his course.
I feel like Phil and me are going to be on the same page here and say we don't think Braun needs to be involved in this.
No, he doesn't. But I think like someone was asking who their first beef should be with. It should be with him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But
It
then
should
later,
be-
not
it
right
should
now,
be-
though, but later.
I know it. No. I mean, like literally, it should be like he's be the first one. Like we were waiting for you. You never came back, and then they go after him and beat the crap out of him, and that's where you get a section run. Because honestly, it's not that like he's supposed to join him at some point. It's literally like we formed the six. Where were you? You lost the faith. We got to teach you a lesson, kind of thing. So I kind of want to see that. I want to see that happen. As for Alexa Bliss, she don't need it. She does not need it. And honestly, she's a character. Like she was pretty well established, and she was already changing to a different kind of gimmick. I will say the dark manic evil girl thing was working for her. I don't know why, it just was. But truth be told, I don't think she needs it. I mean, do I think that she doesn't need to be be a part of it? It would not be wrong because an Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross tag team from the Wyatt Six getting the women's tag belts would be kind of cool for me if they decide to put her on the team. But truth be told, I don't think they need Alexa Bliss to come back to it.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. You can go either way with this. You can take it as, Bray is the sixth member spiritually, or you can say it as, this is Bray's group. These are the six people that, he wanted. And that's why Alexa could be involved as well. So either way, like I said, I have no issue with it either way. Like, I don't care if you're going to keep it as this and Bray is, the spiritual six, or, you just say Bray was the leader. This was the six people he picked. Like, either way, it makes sense. It's going to be intriguing either way.
For Braun, no. I don't feel like Braun should be involved in this one at all in this faction. Against it, yes, I'm with you guys. Should be the first one, yeah, but I still feel like it should be later. I still will do what they're doing, how they did it earlier today with Pat McAfee show. They interrupted, and then down the line, watch Monday Night Raw, but way better than replace Pat McAfee because Pat McAfee's missing. We don't know who the hell he is. So we don't. That's what I mean. They got to go with that shit. Alexa, on the other hand, they could involve her in this one, but I would take its course with it. Let's say let her come back, be your regular Alexa Bliss, right? Down later on, then let's go back and remember the Howdy Alexa interaction wasn't the best. Howdy was not really with her being on the Wyatt side, but now this time he probably will be, and persuaded her to be like, "Come on, you want to come back?" And then let's say she started doing what Nikki Cross did, like losing her mind and everything else, and then later on you see Alexa the one coming out, and then there you go, bring out the rest of the Wyatt Six, and then maybe down the line you see Alexa, and I'm already picturing it. I'm fantasy booking here. I see her and Nikki Cross be a tag team, and I see Alexa doing all the work, whatever. She'll tag in Cross, and Cross will do whatever, Sister Abigail, and then that's it. They win the tag team championships. And I'm like, shit, all right, this is going to be something.
I mean, don't forget, Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss did win the tag titles together before, and they broke up, and they do have a history of being against each other.
Yeah.
So don't be like you said. Don't be surprised if Nikki's first beef is with Alexa when she comes back.
Yeah, even if you want to start this off as them feuding, it sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And then maybe we could say after that, then she could be persuaded.
I don't know.
I mean,
does Alexa need it? No, that's the thing.
No, you're right.
Alexa,
just think, like, eventually Alexa has been toying with these guys so much, especially Nikki, that eventually her darkness starts showing up, and then the one time where you get Nikki in the ring with her, they just kind of stare face to face and they do this thing, and they both just do it in sync with each other, and it just be like, it's starting to happen. She's starting to fall. She's starting to turn. I'd be like, here we go. We're getting dark Alexa again, and I love it.
And you know what? I can very picture having how remember the whole John Cena and Bray Wyatt heading into Mania was it 30, right? Or was it 29 after that? The one where 30. They had the kid, 30, right? When they had the kids out there singing He got the and then the same thing for her. And I can see Alexa like, fuck, like she's losing her mind. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, she's losing. Oh, I can picture that. There's so many scenarios to this situation. That's why, like, I'm in a positive way. We're not even here talking about it all negatively. Like, fuck off, Russo, and everybody else to talk shit about. Nah, I don't see Pape jumping the ball on this one. I really feel that he's really gonna give them what Troy would like to do with this for his debut for his brother, for his everything for his brother, what he would like to. Maybe these were written plans already before he passed away that they were already planning.
I will say this, however. I do agree that this is being done for Bray. But for the longevity of this gimmick, at a certain point, it's going to have to move past Bray.
No, it will. It will down the line, though. I agree with you on that. I'm not saying.
So as long as there's a timeline where it ceases to be an remembrance of Bray, and like we're fighting for Bray, but at the same time they're doing it for themselves, and they're each bringing something different to it.
Yeah.
I'll be happy because like if it goes the entire run just being a tribute to Bray and then they break up, that to me will feel like it was a nice run, but it wasn't really. It would not do it justice. Like not so much not Bray, it wouldn't do the gimmick justice because this is an incredible gimmick. Like this is literally, like I said, this is still right now probably the most impressive debut since the Shield. And before that, probably the Road Warriors. Like that's how far we're going back. Like literally, that's how intimidating and how much of an impact this debut was. So I am hella excited for seeing what they can do. Because honestly, I didn't think I would see it, but the idea of Eric and Loomis as a tag team is terrifying.
Honestly, I kind of like Gacy and Loomis as the tag team.
I thought about that, but like I kind of want Gacy and Uncle Howdy to be a team because that feels a little more psychotic with this group. But I don't know. I mean, I guess technically, Loomis and Red will be like monsters. So
that's what I'm saying. I think the out there Psycho with the quiet Psycho sounds like a really good combination instead of just being like we just stuck the little guy with the big guy.
Yeah, I agree. I just realized that having Loomis and Red together, that'd be it'd be hard to find them tag teams they could actually fight on the regular.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that'll be a fucking, oh my god, that's gonna be one of the Loomis and Owen is like a tribute to Brody Lee, Bludgeon Brothers in a way.
Yeah, that's where I'll be like. That's the one thing I would find I'd be hard to write because remember. When they did the Brothers of Destruction and when they did the Bludgeon Brothers, the biggest problem was they had nobody to fight. They had.
Who was crazy enough to want to get in the ring with the Undertaker and Kane?
Hey, they pulled it off though. But I mean, looking at this picture that I'll pull up right here for us, like this one is crazy because it's like just look at this shit. So you see, like,
look at that.
Like,
my God.
Where's our truth?
By the way, again, to clarify to everybody who follows Circle Debate on social media, that was not me. That was the director Chris Kennedy that posted on his honeymoon. That was not me. I'm serious. That was not me. He has access to it too, man. It's him and De Niro and myself. I don't post that shit. I'm working when I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you doing this? So he posted all that, but look at that. Okay, so we got that right with Nikki Cross. We got Joe Gacy here with Husky. We got the Blizzard right here with Dexter Lumis. We got the what's the name of the rabbit's character? I forgot.
Ramblin' Rabbit.
Rabbit, yeah.
So yeah, man. Oh my god. Biggest play. I'm curious. How are they gonna do this with the whole mask situation? Are they gonna just let them be like show their faces? That's what I'm curious when they first have their matches.
I mean, truth be told, the production team for this had to be insane.
Shout out to TKO for that shit. Shout out.
Because this is no, actually, no. I don't even say it's TKO. This is the new producer they got when they fired. What's his name?
Yeah, what's his face? Oh my god, I forgot. I keep forgetting his name.
Bugs Bunny looking motherfucker. That's what it is.
I mean, I ain't gonna make
the
fun
beaver.
Of damn.
The beaver. Well,
yeah, you know the beaver.
But y'all make fun of him. I'm gonna just say I miss.
Why? No, man.
I'm not. Y'all calling this man a rabbit and a beaver? No.
I'm a rabbit too, but not that.
But like the production value, the way he built it up, the cut shots, the way he was like, the locker room gets torn up. He's like, I'm gonna need some lights flickering, some sparks, some smoke. I'm gonna need to kill somebody in the locker room.
Right, I need some blood on this wall here. Like, it just went all out. They were like, let's just destroy stuff and we'll just throw stuff on a wall and just be like, look at this, it's murder.
I mean, honestly, if they make it, and they probably will, if this makes it to Netflix, I'm gonna be terrified of anybody still on that roster with these cats.
Best of luck to everybody.
Right? And like I saw that I even
Jey Uso doesn't give up the Fireflies.
You heard him
respectfully gave him up too.
Yeah, he's like, you know what, I'm out. And I know.
I don't want that smoke.
I don't want no heat with them.
He's like, I'm out of this shit. I'll be the same way.
Which honestly, that was the best piece of storytelling right there. I've seen in a minute.
I will be.
Please do not panic. Do you hear what I just said? Get your shit and go out the door.
Do you remember Sammy's post afterwards too?
No, I didn't see what he posted.
So Sammy goes, I don't know what happened. I left and I was selling tickets to my show because he does a comedy show sometimes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He was like, did he look? Let's see the exact quote because I was laughing about it. But
I did see Carrion though. Carrion was happy about this. He's like very happy that. Even though we were gone, but I was really happy that I saw this. And I'm like, oh, Final Testament, Carrion, you better not run that shit because
basically what he said,
you better watch who you're targeting there, guys.
Hell yeah, I would have watched that.
So apparently he was walking around. He left 10 or 15 minutes before the massacre happened, and he's selling pre-sale tickets to his comedy show. That was a nice plug, by the way. And so he goes, I get to my hotel room, and I get a text message. From fans telling them your co-workers have been killed. What are you doing tweeting about a comedy show?
I see.
Yes, Sammy. What are you gonna do?
Shout out to Mario Hockey here. Appreciate for tuning in, brother. Hopefully you subscribe. The people who attacked that Gunther, Carmelo, hey Cody Rhodes, and Dominic Triple H and Chad Gable. I mean. I know that it was Chad Gable, but I'm reading that it was
Dominic Mysterio needs some medical care. I guess Liz can help him out with that.
Oh, yeet, Marcus, yeet,
yeet.
She'll just show up. She'll show up at his hotel room with his cow vest on.
And
say, "You want to try again?"
Talking about, I'm returning this for you.
Well, Marcus, we're about to end it right now with this one, but man, but it's just like. I mean, I don't know. I'm excited, guys. I'm really stoked for this. I'm happy for both Dallas. I'm really happy for all these talents. Like Rowan's return, I'm so happy. One last run with this before he calls his retirement. I don't think he's that old, but I think he's my age.
Rowan?
Yeah, Rowan's my age, right? He's like 46.
Okay, yeah, I guess it's a little bit harder on his body, so.
Well, yeah, he's like you still got Bo Dallas, who's still young. He has the potential. Gacy as well. I think Gacy is going to do incredibly great on this one. Nikki's, this is her last, for me, my opinion. I know that I might get shit on this. Her last resort to really develop herself. She was a regular Nikki Cross. I mean, from the psychotic one from NXT that I enjoyed really much. Her and Asuka match NXT was fucking banger. I don't know what that one anybody says. The superhero one, it is what it is. Pretty sure it was Vince's idea. Fucking hate piece of shit nugget. It just, I hope this is her last chance to get her. Nikki is talented, man. She got everything what people would like to seek for in the women's division, in-ring ability, and even charisma. This woman will fucking use it right. I hope this is the greatest opportunity for her to go with it. I'm with Loomis as well. I'm glad we're seeing this because it fits him. We saw what he is, a quiet guy, the artist guy. Kind of reminds you like Jason, Scream type of shit, but he has it. He can go with it. Gacy's another one that it fit I think it fit Gacy very well on this one, be a part of it. Because that psychotic one when he lost his mind, when he had that schism, faction worked out. I like that schism faction. And then after that, when he went solo, like he lost his mind. And then I hope they explain these stories individually, how these people just came into life. Like I have, it's kind of like like a cult, like someone in the shadow with a hat comes in and tells you, let's say you're somewhere in the corner, you're like, oh yeah, and you hear the walking, you hear the shadow, and then you see the guy, and you see like a glove extending the hand, like take my hand, and then boom, there you go, shadow goes out. Oh, that's how I guess maybe we could get everybody's stories, how they became who they are, like explaining. This is why it's 6. I mean, see, I'm fucking talking about scary movies here, man. What the hell's wrong with me?
Love it.
I don't know. You guys feel the same. I mean, how would you tell the story, champ? How would you tell it that way? I'm saying it or differently?
I mean, I like that idea of like giving them each like their own like backstory, like how this happened. This is how they got to this point. Like that would be awesome. Like even if they had them all just come out there, and even if they unmask, just to be like, this is us. This is why we're doing, like, just anything. Just give us something that'll just be like, it'll just make it more intriguing. Just be like, this is their backstory. This is how they got to this point, like to the point where they're hiding under a mask, to conceal their absolute psychotic thought. Like I would just be like, I am sold. I am sold.
But yeah, Pepsi, you feel the same? Or how would you explain the story?
I would single out a couple of people, like Nikki Cross, Uncle Howdy's story. I definitely want to see. I would leave the mystery as long as possible, honestly. Now, because honestly, as much as I love them, you can't tell everybody's story. I mean, right now, this is ensemble cast, and you can only tell so much of the story of who they are. And where you have to kind of wait to see who breaks out more than anything. Because as we all know, every faction doesn't get the same amount of play. So I'm curious to see who breaks out from this group as like the person or the guy. Because in Judgment Day, it was Rhea Ripley. In the New Day, surprisingly, it was actually Big E. And then in the Shield, it was Roman. And no, I'm sorry, in the Shield, it was Seth. So there's always one person who becomes that guy. So in this group, I'm wondering who that is. And then they also have someone who they play off of. And that other person will be the other story as well. So for me, if they want to keep this thing going as long as they can, do not spread it out too thin. Do not overexpose them. Keep it as tight, as secretive as you possibly can. Like the idea of telling you all their stories just in one boot, no. If they are around in 4 years in the same faction, yeah, then like within those 4 years, yeah, then you start telling them stories. But at this point in time, no, keep the mystery as long as you can, and as long as it ties into the story, and pick 1 or 2 people who are starting to break out. I mean, obviously, Uncle Howdy is the first person people gonna want to know about because it's Uncle Howdy. He's got the biggest one. After Uncle Howdy, I don't know. I don't know who else I want to see. Like Joe Gacy could be fun, and like I said, Dexter Loomis could also be anything. But I'm actually curious to see what Nikki Cross' story would be, because I think Nikki Cross can, like, to your point, Nikki Cross has been needing, like, I think the last time I loved Nikki Cross, like truly loved her gimmick, was when she was in NXT with Eric Young in that faction.
Yeah, that was the last one, and that was it, right? I mean,
that was the one. I like. The other ones you talked about were mid at best. No offense to her, but
no, you're right. You're right. That's why I.
But that character, that unhinged dark character, was what she did best.
Mm.
And like seeing her go this route makes me want to see more of that story. And considering the way WWE's been running their women's division, can you imagine the meetup between her and Tiffy time?
Oh my God.
I
Would be the
think
greatest.
I really can tell Tiffany's gonna try to hit it with the purse, like no, like, no.
Well, she's just crawling at her like.
I know. Can we picture Nikki showing up at Money in the Bank and being the shadow goes out, and let's say Tiffany's on top about to get the money, the briefcase, and then she appears next to her like, I'm out of here. Like she'll be like, she'll fall and nobody gets it. It's probably her, and then who wins Money in the Bank? Is it mysterious? Nobody wants it.
So the one thing I want, and this is literally more a ego and vanity project for me, is I want them to do something with the Undertaker.
No.
Oh my God.
I don't need them to do a wrestle. I don't need them to fight. I kind of want them to do something similar to what they did with Bray, where like the Undertaker comes in the ring and do a chat, and he's in full garb, and then they show up around him. They do a 5-minute, like they do a secret conversation with him, and then the lights go back on and come off again, and they disappear, and it's just the Undertaker in the ring.
I say, what if Taker lets them just like murder him right there in the ring?
How about this? How about this? How about if they do like a segment in the graveyard, and we see Taker scraping something to have, like he goes to the tombstone of Bray Wyatt and scrapes something, and then we see his hands handing it over to another glove, which is Uncle Howdy. And then we see Taker's face, and he looks at him like, he's here. And then everything goes out, and all we see is like the behind camera looks at Uncle Howdy going like this, looking at Taker, and then it blocks out, and then it blacks out right after that, like, here, he's alive. And then boom, and then that's when it tells a story how he got everybody individually. See,
I was going to say, what if he goes just full on like dead man, shows up in a ring and there just gets surrounded by these guys, and as he's standing there surrounded by him, he just drops to the knee, does the fucking pose, and just lets them just decimate him like right in the middle of the ring. Like that would just be.
I'm gonna give you this. There ain't no way the Undertaker's not getting on.
Well, he did mention in his podcast that he wanted to do one more thing.
He will put people over, but I don't think he's gonna let his character get buried like that.
No, I wouldn't call it bury. It's more of a sacrifice.
The huge sacrifice.
So it's a passing the torch, because he said it. He said it about before Bray passed away. He said like
I hear you. I'm just saying, is he gonna do it at the expense of his character? Is my question. That's the thing. That's the question I have.
That's why I put it. I know Justice's scenario is different in minds, but I feel like I don't think we'll bury him. I mean, it's kind of the same. Could be the difference. The difference, of course, sacrifice himself, his blood or whatever. And he did it with the ministry. When he cut himself, remember, like the whole blood, like, he probably would do the same shit. Who knows? He might do the same shit. We don't know that. But actually, when we don't want this.
Do not panic. Do you hear what I just said? Get your shit and go out the door.
We don't
okay. All right, cool.
Yes, but folks, we are done for this evening, man. It's been a long ride. It's been very long. It's been a while, folks, but we appreciate you guys. We had and plus it's my birthday week. Birthday week next Thursday, my birthday. I will not be here because De Niro will be here alongside with my two hosts here. They'll be running next Thursday or Friday. They'll be giving their predictions for Forbidden Door coming next week, and I'll be at Raw. I'll be the watch along for Raw. Might be the last, live for me, and I'll be off for 2 weeks. They'll be taking care of everything here themselves. People are listening and watching because I got my two brothers here in Familia. I'll be handling everything. What the fuck, man?
Did somebody not pay a bill?
I paid the bill. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Okay, all right.
I don't know. It's just a lot of things. But I appreciate you all folks for tuning in this evening and really tuning in and enjoying here with us. We appreciate you very much. Don't forget to follow us and subscribe. You already know, man. We already know. What the fuck was that? You heard that?
The hell was that?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell was that. What the fuck? I'm trying to like move the mouse and it's not letting me. What the fuck is going on with this shit? What the hell? What the hell was that?